So, Anarchy, I just tell it to this bunny.
To a bunny? Oh, look at that little baby.
Yeah, this is what you did last week. You told our story to this bunny. You said a recap.
I want to pet it.
So I just recap the story to this bunny.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hi, to it.
Bunny. So, last episode was chapter 10. You keeping chapters of this shit?
Of course.
Sheep and bunnies out of their pens. We last left off with the Fisher family meeting up again after a long month of waiting. Why? We never agreed to this name, did we? Okay.
No, we didn't.
After strolling around, Lythander came to the conclusion that a lot of things and people have changed while he was gone. The town's looking better. The guards are wearing armor, sort of. They couldn't figure it out.
No,
They're not the brightest.
No.
To be fair, I took one out with a rock once, so. And in the case of Anarchy, she literally can change her appearance through the power of makeup. Oh, yeah. It's a disguise self spell, but we say makeup for Lythander's sake. Lythander, you heard nothing.
Huh?
Good. A hug was given, and the trio officially all meet up on the west side at Charlie's bar. Lythander learns that Jim has been giving hood checks to Anarchy after the bun incident. We don't speak of the bun incident. All you need to know, if that Kyle and Anarchy found bunnies, they named them all. One named Bunthander. There was also Beer, Kyle Jr., Cookie, and now the town has been eating large helpings of rabbit for days. After Lythander cracked a joke about being reluctant to join the bunny cult, Anarchy asks her teammates what a cult is, then just sort of walks off. The group meets up for dinner. They are paid for and sign yearbooks. What's a yearbook?
I have no idea.
Then why'd you write it?
I don't know.
Lythander tries to convince the group to go on a vague business trip to meet a sketchy guy named Weasley. Ha! Cause Ankaros has a lead. My favorite words. So yeah, it sounded kind of sus. But we shrugged and decided to go along with it anyways. At night, Lythander is out for vengeance. He basically went on a thing to steal Muffy's collar. And yeah, this was a mistake, because the next morning, a naked old man is screaming "Bah!" in the streets. Turns out Muffy is a polymorph sheep, and that's a little illegal and really messed up. So after a long discussion on hashtag sheep rights, what the hell is that?
I don't know, but our sponsors told me to write it.
We have sponsors?
Apparently.
Is this bunny sponsoring us?
I hope so.
We agreed to arrest Jacques for the sheep crimes against humanity. As for the fate of Muffy, for now he is left as a sheep and his brain can no longer comprehend a human body. Okay, so maybe the whole group didn't agree on this. I didn't agree on this fully. But maybe Anarchy may have gotten upset with Jacques a little bit, and maybe she took the sheep into the back room to put her hand up like she's casting a spell. Oh no. Oh, no. Well, whatever it was that she was gonna do, apparently she couldn't do it. Also, some not so nice folks, probably evil, from Draken Craig, really hate Jean and gave Jacques a collar to turn an old man into a sheep in the first place. Jean and Muffy are on their "we don't like these peeps" list now. Okay, am I done? The bunny hopped away.
Yeah, you're done.
The bunny did not like that.
Oh.
With that, I give you the cast of the Siblings podcast, starting with Jack, the brilliant one.
Hi, I'm Jack from Parnell Animation. I just gave that awesome recap while playing my character Jim, who may or may not be your favorite old man. I don't know. Danny DeVito definitely is in the running, that's for sure. I'll pass that on to Kitty.
Hi, I'm Kitty, in charge of Kittito YouTube channel, where I do storytime animations. But tonight I will be playing Lythander, your not rogue, who
is very good at not stealing anything, and if you're missing something, you should take that up with the police and not him, and
I
maybe
don't
not
know.
use his name when you take it up with the police.
Anarchy's
I'll give it over to Anarchy.
Anarchy's description says otherwise. Says you stole a collar.
I did not.
The
Thank
bunnies don't lie. I wouldn't lie to a bunny.
Oh, I just wrote that down because our sponsors told me to. I have no idea what's going on.
Your
See,
sponsors are
it's because of the
bunnies.
sponsors. The sponsors are a bunch of snitches, and snitches get stitches.
You're not gonna hurt the bunnies. You realize how pissed Anarchy would be?
You murdered a bunch of bunnies.
I didn't murder any of them. The people of Craven murdered them. I just
Something tells me I'll be
Talk
fine.
about murder right now.
reaped in the benefits of it. But Anarchy.
Better if we just called it the long sleep.
That's worse. That's way worse. Okay, so I am Gina from Gina's Funky Music. I make music on my channel. Go ahead and check that out if you'd like. I also will be playing Ayaki, Tao Kerumkir, Ayaki. But I prefer to be called Anarchy these days. Also, the long sleep is far, far, far worse. Thanks.
And with that recap on episode 1 of season 2, we come back to Craven, where you were each given a homework assignment. It had been the next day. Your plan, last you had left it, was to do some shopping and then hit the road for the 3-day trek out to Bedford, the next major city that Lythander wanted to be pulling you guys along to. Bedford is to the north and east of Craven. You're heading back out towards the eastern coast of the continent. Your homework had been previously to make sure that you could do whatever quick shopping that you wanted to do here in Craven before hitting the road in the morning. That was the plan. Basically, we are picking up now. You have had the opportunity. You've now all decided what you wanted to do with Muffy. You've all gone your separate ways. You have now done your shopping. Is there any last minute thing you want to see to here in Craven before saying, adios and hitting the road, Jack? You've done your shopping. Whatever equipment you wanted to pick up, you could pick up for the 10% increase, because Craven is in a pretty tight market with their own import-export needs and everything trying to rebuild. So, is there any final last minute things you need to see to?
Lythander will, before they leave, go up to Anarchy and hand her some copper twine or thin wire and say, before I left a month ago, you had asked about getting copper wire to do something with it, but we couldn't because of the festival and a bunch of other things. But I happen to have a copper key and it's not good for anything, so I kind of smelted that down with some other copper, and I was thinking maybe you could turn this into whatever you wanted to turn it into.
The copper key that Ankaros gave you?
Yeah.
Wasn't that your birthday gift? Why would you melt it down? Doesn't it? I thought, sorry, you were really attached to it, so I thought it was your,
Trust me, it's going to a better place. That key wasn't going to open anything.
I was going to use this wire for, to make necklaces for, the bracelets for, I'm just going to make a thing for,
I figured
for, I was gonna go to Kit
Anarchy?
and Xavier and Kyle too. Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
Sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you. So Anarchy is folding up a bunch of little fine wire, copper wire, and she gave it out to Xavier, Kip, Kyle. One's going to Jim, to Lythander, and one to Anarchy. And now they all have forget-me-not rings.
Hey. Wait, so did we already buy our
So
stuff?
I guess I get to take that price off. I could save a copper.
So, speaking of your birthday, Lythander.
Oh, we have something!
Yeah, I'm gonna take what I was gonna do, but
I was gonna do it too. You just had the same idea.
yeah.
My birthday was a month ago, guys.
Yeah, well,
But we had money now.
we had the money now to do stuff, and so Jim pulls out a flask, hands it to Lythander. Yeah, it was on sale, so I thought you might enjoy it. It's a flask, and I was buying myself a flask already. Don't make too big of a deal of it. And then I was like, well, Anarchy might feel left out, so pulls out another flask, hands it to Anarchy. So I figured you like all this group togetherness stuff, so we have matching flasks.
How am
now.
I the bad
That's
influence?
sweet. But you know I can't drink, right?
You can make potions. You can probably put that in there.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet, Jim.
Look, I'm not encouraging you to drink. It's just, you're getting older. You're becoming a man.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, not Anarchy, me.
You Lythander.
I thought you were talking to Anarchy. I had no idea she was a man.
I still identify as
Look, they
female.
were 2 copper
Okay.
pieces each, so it was a good deal, and I thought you'd enjoy it.
Thank you. He holds up the flask. I'll only put appropriate drinks in this. And he puts it away.
If you're gonna drink, just do it responsibly.
Yes, sir.
Anarchy like tugs on Lythander. It's my turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Okay.
I didn't get you guys anything. I feel kind of weird.
Well, it's not our
worry
birthday.
about it. You've got me plenty of things. So happy birthday! And she pulls out from behind her back a green sleep mask, but very sparkly, kind of in the synergy thing, which Jim and Anarchy sleep masks look like. See, you were the only one out of 3 of us that didn't have one, so I thought you'd like one. And I tried to make sure it was sparkly because you like things that kind of stand out. And yeah, happy birthday. I hope you like it.
Lythander will take it and put it on backwards on his head, so that way the mask part is like against his hair, and then the band part is against his forehead, and slowly nod. I dig it.
It looks good on you.
Thank you. All right, we ready to head out?
Team Fisher, aka Team.
Yep.
We can't wear face masks, right?
Well, Jim can.
All right.
Jim.
You guys have a ton of like coordinated stuff so far, like in terms of like not being the same, but like designer outfits made by the same person. All 3 of you now have sleep masks.
Well, we lost
Do we
all of the
have those? I
designer
thought we
stuff.
lost them. Do
Well,
we
so
have
a
them
lot
or
of
not?
stuff was able to be recovered from.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
the
have my
collapse.
dress.
Yes, from the collapsed
Oh, that's so
prison
cool.
prison house, because they were also sitting, in your different backpacks or inside of drawers or something like that. They have minor damages. They are not in pristine condition anymore, but they were able to be recovered carefully. And during that month, actually, now Lythander was out while they were being recovered, while all the debris and stuff were being able to be pulled out. But Jacques, as part of his efforts towards the city during the month that all the repairs were going on and all the training was happening, would have made minor repairs to them. So they're still in good condition. They're just not in like pristine, brand new condition.
That's fine, as long as they're wearable.
Oh, they are definitely wearable. There's no big holes in them or anything.
That's so nice. Well, guess with this, guys, are we saying bye to Craven?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
You've only spent
I
your
guess-
first several levels here, 10
I
episodes or
guess
so.
that's
You
it. Guess
guys-
that's it,
As we get to the gate, Lythander's just gonna take a few seconds to look back at it and kind of look to the left where there used to be this nice hole in the wall, but it's not there anymore. All that's left is the slightly smoothed down rocks that just lead up to wall.
It's funny to look at. Huh?
It's certainly not the way we found it. Looking at the crack that leaves the wall.
There are some
Well-
bridges being built across it.
Well, I know it's a little less funny to not have a hole and a crack together, but get it? But I'm sorry, that was beneath me. Like,
that was a really awful joke. Kip is coming off to say goodbye to you guys, by the way.
Anarchy's she's not gonna tackle him, but she's gonna run up kind of, but not in a controlled run.
You should have wanted to just check him over.
and run and hug. Like
Kip dies. Oh, we're saying
No.
goodbye to him.
no, it's
Rip Kip.
it's a careful, like a kid is excited, and but I'm not gonna plow somebody over. Over to hug.
Thankfully, you're not jumping, really. There is a slight oof as you hit him and hug him, but he does laugh and hug
Sorry.
you back. You're fine.
I miss you.
Travel safely.
Thanks, and do a good job looking after Craven.
I will certainly try.
Hey, Kip.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything. It's been nice having you around.
Thanks, Kip.
The company's been good. You haven't been here that long, but the city will be strange without you. Also, when in some of the meetings recently, I want you guys to know I've had your backs. People wanted to erect statues of you to thank you for saving Craven. And I said, no, these guys like to play it low. They don't want statues. They don't want any sort of big memorandum in their honor or
Oh,
anything.
thank you. I would really not want a statue about me. Oh, no. Definitely not.
Just figured I'd have you
Anarchy's
back.
Hands kind of like...
Lythander looks so
Anarchy's
down
hands
off
start
to the
shaking.
side.
Jim's just like in shock, like having a trying to hold back a face of, I kind of wanted a statue.
And Anarchy's hand kind of softly starts to shake a little bit.
Well, you know, yeah, it's probably best to keep modest.
But did
Yeah,
they
thanks,
have
Kip.
any models of the ideas that they were gonna work on? You know, it's not like they need those anymore. We
Oh
could
my
take them
gosh.
off your hands.
Models of the
What
statues?
do we do with those?
Yeah.
Oh, I told them to just get rid of it all, not even to let you guys see it, because I knew it would make you feel uncomfortable to have that much attention.
Yeah,
It
Lythander.
personally would for me.
Okay, well, anyways, yeah. Thanks for looking out for us, Kip.
Mm-hmm.
You're always
Thank you.
keep being the cool guy that you always are.
Lythander just keeps blinking and looking at Kip.
I'm just picturing that, like,
Lythander, chill.
No.
Then he clears his throat and says, I'll be sure to write to you, Kip.
Certainly look forward to that.
Well, you have the rings. But okay.
Those won't work until I'm a little bit stronger.
Oh, then yeah, you're writing to Kip.
But also, Kip, please remember and tell Xavier and Kyle this as well. How the sending spell works, once I'm able to actually learn how to do it, you will hear my voice in your head. So don't freak out too much. Here, I can do a demo run, sort of. Xavier taught me to do something kind of similar. So this is what it'll kind of sound though. Like, so she points, she kind of like moves a couple step backs and she points at Kip and she just says, testing, 1, 2, 3, you may respond. And she just shouts from over there, now you say something out loud!
And he just kind of blinks slightly before and you can do that from however far away?
And Anarchy just kind of like comes walking back. So yeah, I can't do it right now, but I can do it from anywhere as long as I become strong enough to do it. Right now, I'm not strong enough to do that spell from far distance. And also, the spell I just cast right now, you can kind of hear it outside of your ear, but this spell from a long distance ends up being kind of in your head.
Well, that'll certainly be convenient for staying in contact.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I gave you guys the rings. In case, for whatever reason, I lose my symbol, I'll still be able to contact you.
Huh. And he kind of examines the ring a little bit. I really don't understand much about magic to know how that works, but I'll make sure Xavier and Kyle keep theirs.
Good.
Particularly Xavier.
He'll probably know exactly what the ring's for.
I'm sure he'll understand it better fundamentally. I also know
similar
he's
ring
not
is
one for
used
wearing
the
copper, though.
Cantrip. Yeah, I can see him not wanting to wear it too much. But you never know. As long as it's like in a pocket or something, I'm sure it'll be fine. Or maybe I'll make it a necklace. That's still lame.
I'm sure he'll keep it with him.
Oh, it's been real. See ya, Kip.
Travel safely.
Miss you.
Thanks.
I hope to
Lythander,
hear
when
from you soon.
when everybody else starts to walk away, Lythander sticks around for a few seconds more just to look back at the city, look back at Kip, and then he just gives a nod, turns around, and trails behind about 10 paces from the rest of the group.
I think after some time, Anarchy's gonna notice that Lythander has caught up, so she's gonna kind of start strolling a little slower until he does.
Same. Yeah.
So she
You guys
actually has
are
a
taking
normal
the
walking
decides
pace.
to kind of slow down to those two.
Mhm.
But Kip did return the head nod to you and watched you leave. And you guys are on the road.
So, Lythander, where's this town?
Mhm.
Bedford? It's a pretty major city. It has a lord in it. Not anymore, but it did.
What?
Kind of
it's
going
get
through a change of
into?
management right now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Bedford had Lord Craven in it.
Yes, I don't know that you knew who it was, though.
No,
'cause
I just
had
knew he
different
was
name.
dead.
Yes.
I think the family still has search parties out for him, but at this point it's been a month. They need a lord.
Hmm.
So
Huh.
I think the wife is taking over, but I'm not sure.
Huh, that's interesting.
It's unfortunate for their loss.
Well, at least they're not in like a 100-year civil war or something that we have to go solve, right?
Not that I've heard of. No, everything in Bedford's been relatively quiet. I think
rivalry.
the Lord did a good job of maintaining the place.
Yeah, see? So, I'm sure we'll just go in like it's no business, do this dumb thing.
I just gotta meet back up with Ankaros, and Ankaros has a friend named Weasley who has a few tip-offs I need to pick up.
Oh,
Was the plan to meet back up with Ankaros? I thought he just told you
Ankaros said
that.
he'd be there.
oh, does he really sell crates or does he sell some?
For the last time, I don't even know if the guy has a shop. I think Ankaros said he had a shop, but that it moves a lot. Either
Oh.
that or he was talking about something else.
Like a traveling merchant or something?
Sort of, yeah.
like a drug dealer.
Good grief.
I mean, it's probably
Jim,
not that.
Why do you think all I do is hang out with shady people?
Because you do hang out with shady people.
No,
All
I
I know
don't.
of is Thorpe.
And like
What are
that,
you
it takes us
talking
time
about?
to motion to anarchy.
Okay, yeah, anarchy.
Anarchy's arms are shaking.
But also, Jim motions to himself with a big grin.
I think you're getting confused with shady people and people who cast a giant shadow.
Ha ha. I'll have you know, back in the day, I used to be top shit.
Lythander snickering and continuing to walk.
Oh, so any idea if there's gonna be towns in between so where we could sleep, or are we sleeping on the road?
We'll be sleeping
Since
on the
we-
road. It's just a 7-day journey
Okay.
that way. It'd be faster. It's a 3-day journey that way. It would be faster if we had a cart, probably about a day, but as it is, we're on our feet.
I'm that cart you bought.
We didn't buy it, we rented it.
Oh, right. Never mind.
They also didn't have an animal to pull it, so
You have to use Anarchy?
Yeah, the anarchy.
It wasn't a self-pulling cart or anything.
Anarchy would do it, though. Well, you
Jim
guys
could
will-
like
still be
use
moving at
fire
Anarchy's
like a
walking
jet
pace,
propulsion.
You'd run over your rock child.
All right. I need you three to sort out morning, midday, and evening. Who wants to be in charge of morning, midday, and evening?
Lythander will be in charge of evening.
All right, Jim, morning or midday?
Morning.
I'll take midday.
All right, you guys are starting your trip during the midday, so I need Gina to roll a percent die for me.
1%. Ooh,
Mhm.
fancy.
Oh, fancy.
Fancy, fancy. An even 10.
Beautiful. I
10
love
is
it.
good.
Jim, make a perception check for me.
Perception check. Oh
Yeah.
dear. 13.
13. All right. As you guys are walking, you're about 2 hours out, which brought you around pretty far. You only were going west for a little bit to hook out from being in the swampy area that you were. Otherwise, you've been heading mostly north for the entire couple of hours here that you've been walking. And pretty quickly, you were getting out of the swampy area because Craven was towards the cusp of the edge of the southern swamps. So you are out of the kind of wet, marshy area and into some drier, more forested kinds of areas. And you are aware, Mr. Druid, of some bear tracks that are that cross the path.
Guys, I'm may want to be on guard for that.
What's
On guard, ground. Lythander screams at the ground.
Guys, they're bear tracks.
Oh, that's
Oh.
what you mean.
You know, as in something that if we get near its cubs, can maim and kill us.
Oh, yeah.
I got it.
Fun. We should move away from that.
Everybody make a perception check for me.
17.
Only a 9.
15.
So, Jim and Lythander do both hear where it's a little delayed from Lythander screaming at the ground. He kind of goes, oh, when Jim, clarifies that they're bear tracks. And it's not on top of you, but not too far away where there is a roar of a bear in response to Lythander's scream.
Okay, everyone, stay very calm and very quiet.
Are you gonna turn into a bear?
No,
Are you gonna mate call it?
no. We're gonna calmly walk out of here, stay in a formation around a circle, everyone. Everyone have each other's backs, okay?
Okay.
And we're gonna slowly walk out of here. Be prepared to kill if you have to.
Okay.
Are you walking in a circle formation?
No, so everyone,
Like a
so
question, what are we
Jim's directing everyone to go like back to back in like a 3-person circle kind of formation.
Who's walking
What is
backwards?
Lythander will.
We're a big old crab.
Okay, but like to be fair, like everyone's like holding everyone. It's an easy thing to do actually.
Wouldn't it be better to hold an action?
Well, it's closer to like. I guess that's a thing. I forgot that's a thing again. Jim is prepared to produce flame and yeet it away from the bear as a distraction if needed.
So you're preparing an action. Is the shambling crab still a thing?
I don't
Yes.
know. I guess so.
Absolutely.
You guys are still a shambling crab. Jim is preparing an action to throw fire away from the bear to try and distract it.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
It's actually a tactic. It's actually a thing. Distract it with some noise, some light, it might go for it.
Thank God you're still in a slightly wet area. It's not the swamp anymore, but just chuck some
No,
fire into the
Jim's
forest.
low-key-
It'll be fine.
Jim's low-key hoping the forest lights on fire, so you know.
I mean,
If it lights on fire, he has no problems with that.
I guess Anarchy's preparing her hammer, getting ready to bonk a bear.
Maybe this is why Craven isn't erecting statues of you guys, because shortly after you're gonna burn down, the surrounding area.
Lythander has out his a dagger. It's very shiny and nice to look at.
Hey guys, remember, calm breaths.
I don't breathe.
Okay, calm breaths, Lythander. You keep doing what you're doing, Anarchy.
Oh.
And also, do not have a bunny in that hood. That's just prey for the bear.
Lythander is moving away from the formation.
Lythander, I need you to get back here now.
I need you to put that fire away.
This is our defense against the bear. It'll distract it and save our lives.
Can
I'm
I?
just gonna walk in the circle a little further away.
Okay, fine, but you better have our backs watched, okay?
Okay.
Can I roll a percent to see if there's a bunny in my hood?
Yes, roll a percent for me.
This scene is just garbage shit.
It is just garbage.
Uh-oh. 6%. There's no bunny.
There's definitely not a bunny in your hood.
There's no bunny today.
Okay. Everyone make a perception check.
5.
Nice.
Nat 20!
Nice, Jack.
So 24 in total for me.
I have a dirty 20.
Okay. So Lythander has scrambled backwards away from your group, is looking at you guys because he doesn't want to put his back to the fire, and is like, no, you put that fire away. You're trying to explain that it's tactical, and out of the forest behind Lythander, like you said, it's 2 inches. It's sniffing at the back of his head. He has no clue. He's pale and staring at your fire, no, I am not coming back near you guys while there is a fire in your hand. And there is this pretty large brown bear that's now sniffing at the back of his head. It actually, you're pretty sure it's nosing his face mask up a little, but Lythander is focused on you guys.
Lythander, the bear.
What about it?
It's
I told you I'm gonna keep an eye on
Anarchy's
it.
going to do. Hang on. Anarchy's going to do the mess. She's gonna point to Lythander, and she's going to whisper, "Lythander, don't freak out. There's a bear sniffing your hair."
The bear huffs and you feel its breath on your neck.
Oh, that's not till the 3rd date.
Jim grabs his fire and yeets it into the forest.
Right at the bear.
No, away from the bear. But in a way that would distract the bear to follow the fire, hopefully.
All right. If the bear starts to look like it's looking at Lythander rather than the forest, Anarchy's gonna bonk the bear with her hammer. If it looks like it's startled and started to attack Lythander.
So you are not right next to the bear right now. You would need to close because Lythander moved away from your formation.
How far is he?
He was
Where'd
about
you wander
10 feet away, 15? I'll say not too far.
Oh.
It's definitely within your movement range, but outside of your reach for hitting with your hammer without moving. You do successfully throw the fire. Make a percent check for me.
53.
All right. You check the fire. This was with Produce Flame, your cantrip.
Yep.
You check the fire into the woods. It does, for a second, cause the bear to glance sideways just because it saw the motion and looked sideways, but it doesn't seem to be moving towards the fire or away from the fire. It is now, however, standing up on its hind legs. It is a good deal bigger than Lythander.
So, should I get Bartholomew out, or?
Everybody roll initiative.
Here we go.
3.
22.
And I have 8.
Lythander, top of the round.
Top of the
There is a
round.
bear
Move away from that
standing
bear!
menacingly over you.
He's gonna turn. He's gonna move back 10 feet back into the circle.
Gonna disengage?
Yes, bonus action, disengage.
Okay. Just gotta wonder, you know.
Move back 10 feet back into the circle now that Jim's fire is somewhere far away from him.
Okay.
And say, hey there, big guy. He's holding his reaction for if the bear actually comes at him to attack.
All right. If it comes at you to attack, what are you going to do? What are you holding your action for?
Stab it.
Stab, stab?
Stabby stab. Right in the nose.
Oh, wait, I have Speak with Animals ready to go right
Yeah,
now?
you do. I thought you knew that.
I forgot.
You can still speak with the bear.
In a second. I gotta wait for my turn.
Of course.
All right, it is the bear's turn next. The bear lets out another kind of... It is now attacking you guys.
Oh,
It is
okay.
attacking
Yeah, there's no talking
Lythander.
about shit.
Oh, my reaction. Does
Okay.
this count?
So, yep, it is moving over to attack Lythander, so you do get to use your held action.
Oh, yay. So I guess a swing at the hammer.
All right. You're moving around, so you are not really in a circle as much as you are now moving to be next to Lythander, so you guys are in kind of like an open L arc kind of shape now, technically, but that's
Close
fine.
enough.
Yeah, you only have to move like a couple feet to get there, so.
All right, let's hit a bear. That's a 7.
That does not hit. Well,
Nope.
you hit, but it doesn't seem to be hurt by the hammer. You know, it's got thick fur and stuff.
And then it'll
Well,
be
like-
Lythander's turn to hit it.
He
He also held action for...
yes, you did.
Yes, he did. All right. That's a 9 plus 7. That's a 16.
That hits. A 16 hits.
All right. That would be a 1d4 and then 2d6 because he's got allies within 5 feet of the bear for sneak attack. 11 damage.
All right.
Got hit on the bear.
Lythander stabs the bear, stabs at its snout. The bear lets out a and tries to swing at Lythander. It misses with its first attack with its claws, but it does hit with the bite when it bites into Lythander.
Ooh, the squishy.
Lythander takes 6 piercing damage.
Ow.
And that makes it Anarchy's turn.
Another swing on that hammer.
All right, do it.
Kill the bear. Kill the bear. Kill the bear.
Anarchy's not really great at killing right now. Yeah, she got 9. She doesn't want to kill her now. She just...
Bad bear, let go of my friend.
The thing is biting me, Anarchy. Can you do a
Please
bit
don't.
more?
Try.
Well, I guess it's time to do what Jim does best,
It
Start
is.
playing with fire.
Or you can talk to the bear.
Start playing with fire.
When your 2 kids are right beside the bear.
That'll be a light fire.
All right.
Jim does a simple produce flame and yeet some fire at that bear.
Alrighty. Make a dexterity attack.
13.
13. A 13 hits.
Okay. The 1.
1 damage. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle.
Well, shit. This is why nature sucks.
A little sizzle goes by you, Lythander, and hits the bear. It's your turn.
Lythander is scared, and I'm gonna say he's too scared to do anything with the fire that close to him, and he loses his action.
Okay. Lythander seems petrified. The bear is, let's see. Lythander's the only one that's done any substantial damage to the bear.
I know. You're bad rolls.
The bear's gonna attack Lythander again. It's gotten a
no.
taste for the Lythander blood. What's your armor class?
16.
This time it only hits you with its claws, and not the bite, instead of the bite and not the claws, for 9 slashing damage.
You alive?
Barely.
Lythander has been gouged, and he is not looking terribly good. This bear has found a nice tasty snack. And now it's Anarchy's turn.
Okay, so she's gonna bonus action healing word for Lythander. Help him out there a little bit and try another hammer swing. So, first the healing word. Lythander, take some health, buddy. You get 8 health.
Nice.
You're alive.
It's looking a lot better.
Hey, look at that.
Hammer swing, baby. Oh my god.
Hammer swing. All right, do it up. Attack.
Okay, please, Anarchy. It's for Lythander. It's a 12. Do we hit
12?
the bear?
A 12 hits the bear.
Thank goodness, Anarchy.
We have hit the bear. Houston, we have contact.
Oh, D10, finally.
Do some
Gracious,
damage,
D10.
tanky cleric. The bear wasn't designed to kill anyone. The bear was just doing its own thing. Looking for some food.
So 11 damage.
Wow! There
Not
we
that
go. This bear is looking pretty darn hurt.
All right, time to finish it off.
Please.
It is
Jim!
Jim's turn.
Jim pulls out Scorching Ray! Yeah,
Oh boy.
he's gonna kill this bear.
Do you really think he needs that much?
He's gonna kill it. Make sure it dies.
Oh boy. Roll your attack.
Nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
23.
Beautiful.
26 damage.
That is yeah, 26 damage. So you just like blast this bear with a face full of fire. Oh,
I feel like Anarchy and
big
Lythander are like, ah!
fiery explosion right next to you, Lythander. Chunks of this bear have actually flown off of the bear. It smells good. It smells a little burned, but it also smells good. You know, like barbecue, but without the barbecue sauce, and also burning hair. So it smells good and bad and burned and very confusing and also bloody. There's been fire near. You can feel the heat. You actually feel a little bit sunburned very briefly, like on your cheeks. They're a little red right now, Lythander. And there's some, bear chunks on you. The bear is dead.
Jim chuckles.
Barbecue, anyone?
Oh, that was very close to our faces. Okay.
Well, it saved you from dying, so
Yes, thank you for that.
and may have provided dinner.
We should put out that fire.
Or I say,
Jim produces another flame and throws it in the forest.
hell yeah!
No!
Nature tries to screw us, we screw it.
Roll a percent check. Roll a percent die for me.
86?
So Jim throws this fire, and within 2 seconds, there's a little crackle, 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 and some smoke coming from the direction that he threw it in.
Lythander slowly sits down on the wet dirt path, brings his knees up to his chest, hugs onto his legs, and just spaces out.
We gotta put that out!
That's
Anarchy-
the smell I love.
Anarchy goes up to Lythander, just kind of like calmly sits beside him, kind of rubs his back, like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Just take it in, guys. Smell of barbecue and burning wood. What's
Please,
better
you
than
have
that?
to put it out!
Put it out, but it's so beautiful.
Jim, please.
Fine.
I know you know how.
Okay, Jim uses control flame to put out the fire.
Okay. It was not very big yet, but it did seem to have landed on some sort of patch of dry leaves, and so it was catching pretty quickly.
It was nice for a moment.
Please, Jim, hurry. Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it. See? No more smoke. Bear
What about
fire's out.
So I guess you did both of them?
Yep.
Well, the first one never caught.
Okay.
It was just the second one.
See? It's gone.
Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome. It was nice while it lasted. So beautiful.
Jim takes in a massive breath of that still like smoky air.
Anarchy kind of just like turns to Lythander. You okay?
Oh
Yes.
shit, right? You good there, Lythander? Sorry, I got really caught up in the moment.
You know, there's a lot of things. You also got bit by a bear. Lythander?
Last I checked, you healed him, right?
I did. He's not talking.
Jim picks up a nearby stick and like lightly pokes Lythander's head.
Stop that!
Lythander
Okay.
stands up and keeps walking down the path.
Okay.
Well, I guess he's alive.
Let me know if you're, anything needs to be patched up.
Guess everyone's walking along the path now.
All right. You guys are now carrying on walking. It is evening. Make the evening check. Percent, please.
You got it. 14. And we're
Make
never
another
gonna
percent
get
check for
there.
me.
We're never gonna get there,
Nope.
guys.
Oh, not ever.
What are we doing?
Never. Lythander's making a second check for me.
What is that? A 93.
Okay. So the end of the day comes, you guys have bedrolls to set up and everything.
Hmm.
Beautiful. You guys all crashing out? Are you lighting a fire? Are you...
Lythander suggests that they take shifts for watch.
That's probably a good idea. I don't need to sleep though. I've casted spells today.
Yeah, but you
What is-
need to meditate at
I do need
least.
to meditate.
You should rest. I'll take first shift. Jim, you take second shift. Anarchy, you can take last shift.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right, it's time to take off all that armor. By the way, guys, Anarchy has a shield now.
Hey.
Real proud of that.
Do you guys have a fire going?
Jim started a fire with produce flame.
Controlled one, I'm guessing.
He has control flame to control it. Like he gathered a couple of dry leaves and stuff and started a little fire.
He's a druid. He knows how to get a fire going.
Nice.
He
Are
knows
you-
his shit with fire. It's his whole life.
So what's the order of the shifts?
Lythander, Jim, Anarchy.
Lythander, are you keeping the fire going?
No.
Okay.
It's a dead giveaway in the night anyway. It should be going out.
It should go up before you sleep.
Anarchy's gonna sneak off to Jim and she's gonna pat him. She wants to talk to him for a second.
And to make a perception check since he's off the watch right now.
Yes, absolutely. Make it with advantage.
Oh. She took her arm
That's
off
a
and everything.
17 perception.
You see her walking over to Jim in the camp that you are, currently awake on patrol of, keeping watch.
Lythander glances over at Anarchy and quietly whispers, "You should probably sleep before your shift because you won't be able to sleep later."
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I had a...
He
Okay.
smiles at her. There'll be plenty of time to ask your questions in the morning, and if you want me to plug my ears, I'll plug my ears.
I mean, if you want here too, you could.
Jim in his sleep.
Pretty big ears to plug.
Lythander gently pushes his ears against his head.
Your ears are fine, and Jim, that's mean.
I think
You have bigger ears, and I have no ears.
Anarchy, just do it in the
But
morning.
we all have
because,
odd.
because this happens, Anarchy. We all get caught up talking, and I don't want you to lose sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Be safe.
I will.
Night.
Night.
No, Mr. Cookie. I don't want peanut butter.
Lythander
I
wants to
told you
pick up some
chocolate
moss and
chip
shove
or
it in
bust.
Jim's mouth.
Okay.
Before Anarchy goes to sleep, she's going to give him the eyes of night thing so he can see at least for an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Night.
All right. Lythander's shift goes by undisturbed. You wake up Anarchy.
Yeah. No, Jim.
Jim's next.
Yeah, Anarchy's last.
Okay.
Pull the moss out of his mouth. Jim, it's your turn.
Oh, I just had this amazing dream. There were cookies and
Well, now you get to go and watch.
There was no moss in his mouth to pull out.
It's your turn to go and watch.
you put moss in my mouth, didn't you?
Lythander lays himself down to go to bed.
Dude, it's fine. My parents made me eat moss all the time. It was half my meals as a kid.
All right. Good night, Jim.
Hey, Lythander.
Night.
Lythander lights a fire.
Lythander lights a...
Hey, Jim,
How do you do
Jim
that?
lights a small controlled fire in his hand just to look over.
Lythander's eyes open. Glances at Jim.
Jim blows it out.
His eyes close.
No fun.
Okay. So you were going without fire for your shift, Jim?
Yeah, but he can see in the dark anyway, so it's fine.
Your shift passes undisturbed.
He just wanted to be cozy.
All right, Anarchy, you're up.
Oh, good morning.
Sort of morning, still night, but yes,
Good evening.
you're up. I'm gonna go finish my sleep. Okay.
Oh, no. I'll ask you in the morning. Have a good sleep.
You too. Hey, Mr. Cookie, it's been a while.
Anarchy's gonna sit down, do her watch. At the same time, she's kind of doing a prayer as she's watching, eyes wide open. And she's just kind of saying in her head, she's not saying anything out loud, just like, Selene, I don't know what's wrong and what's right anymore. And her arm is just kind of like shaking in front of her. I feel like I'm supposed to guide people who are lost, but I think might be lost myself right now. If you could send me a light my way, thank you, and please guide me to whatever is the right way.
You are saying your prayer and you are sitting and meditating, and you can feel as you are left with your thoughts through the night to be on watch into the morning as the sun is coming up, where you can feel that your forehead feels very warm.
No. Anarchy just kind of like gets up and just like hands on her head and it's like over her crescent moon. It's like, no. Don't wake them up. Don't wake them up. It's fine. I function. I totally function. I function. Stop that. Oh no. I function. Yes.
Everyone, Jim and Lythander, make perception checks.
14.
22.
Jim, what the actual heck? You are the heaviest sleeper in the world, but you wake up to literally everything.
Something is not right.
Something is not right. Anarchy is like walking around muttering to herself with her hands on her forehead.
I
Hey,
function.
Anarchy?
Well, nothing's wrong. Hands on her head.
Yeah, that tells me something
Perception
is
check.
definitely up. You good?
She kind of like slowly moves her hands away from her forehead. And Jim
Lythander rolls over in his sleep and he's sucking his thumb.
Anarchy kind of just like pulls Jim aside and starts to whisper to him. Okay, Jim. My you know the emblem underneath my my mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, so remember how I said I don't age?
Yeah.
Okay, so how prayer machines are made, they have a couple maturity cycles, so to speak, so that we're not like babies and infants and all like goo goo gaga and stuff. We're supposed to age forward like 6 years and stop at the age of 6. I have a defect where I have aged to the mental capacity of a 13-year-old. And when my emblem, heats up like this right now, it means that I might be maturing another mental year forward, so to speak. That's bad.
Wait, that's bad?
Yes!
Is it gonna hurt you?
I mean, the first day is a little uncomfortable, but afterwards it's on-off sporadic things. Sometimes it only lasts a day, but I don't want it to last a day. It's never gonna happen because when I age, people go insane, and people go insane, they shut down. And I'm not gonna shut down because I function.
Anarchy. Maturing isn't a problem.
It's a problem when you're a prayer machine
But why?
because we go insane with knowledge and shut down.
Well, how about this? Because we can't stop this right now, right?
I can hold it for the rest of my life.
That sounds like that would also make you insane.
It's perfectly fine. I function.
Anarchy. If you have questions about knowledge, the thing that keeps people from going insane is talking about it, asking questions.
Are you sure? Because when people ask questions, bad things happen.
When you're guided in the right way from questions, they only lead to good. You believe in guidance.
Yeah, I do.
That's what guidance is.
I
It's
asked
answering
Sibling for
questions
guidance.
that people are answering.
Then Anarchy kind of looks at her right arm, she notices it's shaking beside her. She looks up at Jim, says, then do you think I could ask you for some guidance?
Anytime.
No, like right now.
Well, now is part of any time, so yes.
Okay. This has been bugging me. A lot of people the other day were trying to answer what a cult is. Can you tell me, I want to know, has the term cult been around beyond when people disliked gods and religion? Or is it like something mean people say who worship? Or what is a cult?
So, a cults have always been a thing.
Always been a thing?
Always. It's they typically happen when people see religion is, as much as I shit on it and everything, it's
it's a beautiful thing. It helps a lot of people feel good, and the gods and stuff, spirits, they are real, and it's good on its own. But cults are what happens when words of religion get twisted and warped in the wrong ways.
Like how?
Well, when you're in a religion, you never want to hurt people. You know, you don't want to. You're typically taught to not to kill. You're taught not to sacrifice. But cults typically believe in that stuff, and they can hurt people. And some of them just take money, but others can be extremely dangerous and quite devastating.
Can you give an example of a sacrifice and hurting?
I don't know. Say like they grab some person and say, this is the sacrifice to a god, and then they kill them to appease that god or something. Most gods don't want people to die for them. They all contributed to people living, and they want people to live. Being religious is healthy. Good for you even. But being in a cult is it can be scary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, this is really heavy for you, isn't it?
It's okay, Jim. Thank you. You've answered so much. Honestly, I think I have some things I gotta think about.
Okay, then think about them, and if you ever have any more questions, remember, knowledge is never a bad thing.
You sure?
The worst thing, I guarantee you, they went insane from rejecting knowledge. Because knowledge is crucial. Take it from a guy who's over 300 years old.
They were brave. I don't know what they were like before that. They just kept saying stolen light, and I'm sorry. This isn't a very good way to start our day.
Anarchy, you clearly needed to talk about this. It's important.
There are no 1.0 units anymore.
None?
They all died when I was little. Some I got to meet when I was very young. My caregivers brought me down to a cellar along with Amara, and they just called out my name and kept muttering stolen light. They would try to bash their heads into the walls and destroy themselves, and they always said they just knew too much and they were going insane. And I don't want that to happen. I need to be stable because I need to protect people. I have a family I need to go back to, and I'm 2.0. I'm right after them.
Anarchy. Jim puts his hand softly on Anarchy's shoulder, reassuringly. I'm not letting that happen to you. The burden of knowledge is a tough one to handle, but we will handle it together, okay? You will protect people, and I'll protect you.
Anarchy gives Jim a hug.
Jim hugs back.
Jim and Anarchy perception checks, Lythander percent check.
86.
18.
12. Anarchy, you are very, like you've just had a really moving conversation. Like you're processing, you're developing, your forehead is glowing. Like
That's an intense day.
It's an intense day, and it's 6 a.m. You are kind of unpacking this a little bit. So you don't really notice this because you're kind of still inwardly reflecting. Jim, however, looks over to watch as Lythander rolls, and kind of rolls. He's still sucking his thumb, but his other arm goes out beside him and goes right over top of something very small and fluffy. And Jim, you are realizing your camp is surrounded by bunnies. There must be 24 of them or so.
Anarchy?
The sun coming up is revealing where they've nestled in.
I didn't do this.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. Oh. And Anarchy just kind of gets on her knees, and she kind of holds her hands out and see if a bunny would come to her or anything.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, this is so
Hey,
cute.
Lythander. We may be dealing with some fallout of the bun incident.
Unfortunately, it's a 6.
The bunny hops away a little bit skittish,
Oh, it's okay. Sorry.
And its eyes open.
There's a bunny sniffing your nose.
Anarchy
It's
just
now
kind of
nibbling your nose.
Lythander wrinkles his nose up a little back at it, tries to wiggle his nose around.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh god. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
5. The bunny is now hopping away from you.
Goodbye. Tell
You
your
were-
friends.
You were nicer when you were peaceful and still and asleep. The humans are less scary when they are horizontal and not awake.
Yes, yes. Lythander gets up and starts to pack up his stuff.
Now that there's more movement in the camp, the bunnies seem to be generally like waking up and like dispersing a little, hopping around. They're still in the area eating grass and stuff, but
Anarchy just kind of like rubs her holy symbol and she's just like, thank you, Salune.
Jim gets down and tries to get a bunny to him.
make an animal handling check.
Oh, it's not good.
No one can get a bunny today.
When even the druid does badly on their animal handling check.
Oh, wait. No, it improves with the animal handling because I have 6 in that. So it's an 8.
The bunnies are now dispersing a little bit more. Multiple people have tried to be like interacting with them. They are hopping off into the woods.
Goodbye, bunnies.
Sorry, Anarchy. I was gonna pass one to you for petting just so that make you feel happy, but
It's okay.
I think I scared them.
Everybody
I
pick a
think
number
that
between
was
1
worth
and
it.
6.
1 and 6.
Yes.
4.
5.
4, 4, 5. All right. So you guys get packed up.
Mm-hmm.
Good to go.
Find my spells. Hang on.
Should I be concerned?
Do that. And oh, does anybody want water?
There you go. Let's get some water going here in the morning.
Water's a good idea.
Get your water skins refilled, mark that spell off for the day, and hit the road, Jack.
Okay, so guys, put your water skins out.
Xander holds out his water skins.
Anarchy just kind of like
Jim does too.
waves her hands in front of them, and just like water slowly fills up in all the water skins.
You each have your gallon of water for the day.
Thank you.
No problem.
This is why you
Hey,
should always have a cleric.
Anarchy goes to Lythander. The bear didn't leave any, bite marks that need to be looked at, or
Lythander gives you a puzzled look, doesn't comment, and says we should probably head out for the day.
oh, okay.
All right. I need each of you to make a percent check.
94.
37.
57.
The day passes very calmly. It's an ordinary day of walking. You hear birds, you see squirrels at some point, it's a moderate day. It's not terribly hot. It's a little bit humid, kind of windy, but otherwise it's a pretty nice day. There's nothing remarkable to report about the day.
No bears?
No bears.
I gotta draw you guys soon.
Hmm?
I got a notebook.
Oh,
Look.
cool.
I'm gonna start drawing everyone.
Oh, neat.
Maybe not right now. I have to be aware of what's in front of us. I don't want to trip on a rock into something. Ironic, a rock tripping on a rock, huh?
Huh?
Like-
Yeah.
Lythander, you've been really quiet this whole. I haven't talked to you in a month.
Yeah. I
How's
think
it
talk?
been?
I know you're like dodgy, like you dodge things. So you've been kind of dodgy with words lately.
I missed you.
Dodgy with words. He looks up at the sky. Normally people say I'm pretty persuasive with words.
Yeah, well, you've been.
I'm pretty good at dodging
quiet,
questions.
and quiet is weird for you.
We used to have a lot of fun, and you would make bat noises, and we'd sing and stuff. And
I guess I've just had a lot on my mind. Nodding to himself.
What's up? Look, we were talking earlier that when you have a lot on your mind, talking about it always helps.
I think I'm good. Thanks, though.
Come
Oh.
on, Copper, for your thoughts.
Sure, he holds out his hand.
Okay, fine.
Jim passes him a copper.
I'm really hungry right now. He stashes the copper.
That doesn't count. I want my copper back.
That's a thought! You asked for one of my thoughts. That's one of my thoughts. Pulling out his
Wait.
ration and starting to eat some of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
you said you were a fisher, right? So maybe you should show us how to fish one day.
Maybe.
I couldn't go on a boat though.
There's always
Yes.
land fishing.
Some good old dock fishing.
I don't know if I could stand on a dock.
No, you can fish off the side of the coast.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Coast, a cliff for some fly fishing.
I'd
That's
be
a
nervous with a
dangerous.
cliff. I really wouldn't want to fall into the water.
That's
Yes.
fine. I can show you how to fish sometime.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so fun.
Okay.
Ooh, and I can use my nice meat scimitar
Jim pulls out his scimitar.
to gut the fish, and then we can roast them over an open fire.
How big do you think these fish are gonna be? The size of humans?
And then I chop them up and we have some sushi.
How big do you think these fish are gonna be? The size of humans? It's a giant scimitar.
Fine. Wait, no, screw you. I've been using this thing for meat for 200 years.
How is the thing not rusted? You barely take care of yourself, let alone your equipment.
No. Me and meat sword. Ooh, I take care of her.
Lythander snickers. What's her name?
You name your swords too?
Personally, I named her the
What?
Steakinator.
Oh, I was okay.
Oh,
Because
boy.
I use her mostly with steak.
That's about enough conversing for me.
Oh,
Come on. Don't you want to know more about my nifty meat sword?
I was hoping for a name like Tiffany. Like my lockpick, he pulls it out. Joffrey.
Tiffany.
Put
Is
that
that one
down.
of the ones from
Tiffany.
Ankaros?
I don't
What?
want
Is
to
that one of the ones from Ankaros?
Yeah, they're all named Joffrey. The whole set really is named Joffrey.
Lythander, I do have something to tell you.
Jim puts his sword
not
back
sure
in
how-
his bag.
You feel about this, but Jim says it's good news. I might be mentally aging a year forward.
You're having a birthday?
I never had a birthday before.
Well, we should celebrate once we get to Bedford.
I don't think
Ooh.
I'm having it. I'd rather not, to be honest. I
Your
don't
forehead
really
is
want to
glowing.
age. You see, when I age,
Science.
my prayer machines shut down when they know too much. So Jim says it's fine.
Yeah,
but
and when
concerned.
humans reach the age of 80, we go kaput too. He waves a dismissive hand.
Hey, keep in mind who has the scimitar.
Lythander will make small talk for,
Okay.
but nothing specific or anything too deep.
Well, you significantly cheered up a prayer machine, so.
Aww.
Aw. The day passes. Do you guys take the same order on your night shifts?
Yeah.
Lythander, Jim, and then Anarchy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lythander, perception check.
Oh, and I also give him the night vision tonight too.
15.
Okay. You wake Anarchy up. Sorry, Jim up. I don't know why I think Anarchy's in the middle.
Yep. Wake Jim up and go to bed.
All right. Anarchy, make a perception check.
Jim?
Jim.
Yep, Jim.
Jim.
Whoever's on shift.
10.
10. Oof. All right. Nothing seems to happen. Wake Gina up.
All right, I suppose I'm awake. Good night,
All
Jim.
right. Make a perception check,
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
And also, same deal. She's kind of praying, but eyes open tonight. Why she does this? She likes to pray. Nat 20! Yay!
Beautiful. You are on shift. You feel very focused tonight. You're a little bit put off by the fact that you didn't notice any of the bunnies last night. So you are awake. You are trying. You're like, I'm going to see those bunnies. When those
I wanna
bunnies
see
come this
bunnies.
time, I want to catch the bunnies. And you are very sad that there are no bunnies or anything through the night.
Aw.
It's a very quiet and still night.
Well, thank you for the bunnies yesterday, Salute. That was very nice.
And then it's morning.
All right, let's rinse and repeat.
Alrighty.
You have a choice. I'm assuming though that you guys are going to travel. You were originally going to arrive at night for the 3 days travel, but then of course there was a little bit of sidetracking with sticking around and trying to sort out with Kip and Xavier what to do with Jacques and the Muffy thing. So you could sleep and then arrive in the city in the early morning tomorrow, or you can travel and arrive in the city around like 11 o'clock, midnight, late night kind of time. Your choice.
We arrive in the city, we get beds.
I like that idea. What do you think?
That's true. Beds are nice.
Right?
Okay, beds. I don't
Beds.
use beds, but I am concerned with your safety during the night and mine. I have to take off my armor. Do you know how weak I am without my armor?
Hmm.
Very.
I say we go for the beds.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Let's do that.
Wait, before we go, Anarchy, hood
Mhm.
check.
There's no bunnies. I
Also
looked all
water.
night.
I'm checking.
Jim checks the
Okay.
hood for bunnies.
Can you
There are
believe that?
no bunnies in the hood.
Okay,
Like
cool.
I said, I tried looking all night and I couldn't find a bunny.
Good job.
And as for the water, can do.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Saluni.
Salune.
Hmm?
Salune.
I feel like we're saying the same thing.
All right, everyone, make your percent check for me.
Okay.
97.
84.
It's 49.
Beautiful. You guys travel through yet another relatively uninteresting day. Like, it's quiet, it's moderate weather. By the end of the day, a little after dinner, you're reaching the outstretch of some further out farmlands and everything outside of Bedford, you actually reach a path that you have walked along before, Lythander, though this entire thing you watched just like, what, a few days ago.
I feel like if it was calm enough, Anarchy might try to invent a song on the spot.
Oh, are you inventing a song while you guys walk?
Yeah, just kind of like seeing if anyone wants to join in. Like, we're walking in the woods, da 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 da. Walking in the woods, da 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 da.
Jim doesn't have to complain about wet socks anymore.
Da 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 da.
No more wet socks.
Da 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 da.
And hopefully we don't really wake up surrounded by bunnies.
More bunnies, please. Da 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 da.
Hey,
Fluffy
Jim, make
baby
a
bunnies. Da 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 da.
Jim, make a percent check for me.
Another one.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Lythander's also going to become their dancer.
Oh,
He's going to start dancing all around them.
34.
34. Jim and Lythander, make a dexterity check for me.
Oh no.
Save or check?
Save. Save. 19 plus 7 is 26.
Oh.
8.
So, Lythander bumps into you while he's dancing. Sad, real unfortunate, because it happened as you were trying to take a drink from your water skin and you sloshed water onto your feet.
Damn it! My socks are wet again!
Lythander stops dancing and groans. I was done with hearing about this.
Really? Do you want to switch socks then?
No.
Yeah, I figured much because there's no feeling worse than wet socks.
I'm sorry, Jim.
I've been stabbed, I've been eaten by gators, and wet socks is still the worst.
Yes, Jim.
Wet socks are the
Lythander.
worst. Da 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 da.
That's a song I get behind.
Jim starts to walk with that little.
Lythander kind of
Pause.
trails behind the rest of the group and looks off into the distance. Oh, I should say, I forgot to mention, but last night, while Lythander was on his shift, he did take time to write a letter to his parents.
Aww.
Gasp!
Yeah, gotta... He guesses after Ankarosh yelled at him and Kip has told him maybe he should try writing a letter to his parents, and lots of people have told him to try and write to his parents. He figures he'll actually try and write.
After a little while of Lythander notably drifted off, Anarchy's gonna kind of walk beside him. He's like, "What you thinking about? Da 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 da."
Thinking about shrimp cocktails, da 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 da.
As long as you're not
What do
thinking
they
about,
taste
as long
like?
as you're not
Da
thinking
da
about
da da.
caviar, then I'm good.
They're kind of crunchy, but also wet, and they taste like fish.
That sounds disgusting. Da 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 da.
It's really,
Why did you
really
want something
good.
crunchy and wet?
So it's firm, and when you squish down on it, it kind of like it explodes in your mouth. It's not quite the right terms.
Ew.
And then you dip it into this sauce, and it's like sweet but spicy, and
like when you step in mud.
no, it da 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 da. It's kind of like mixing multiple things together. Da 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 da. It's really good, just not good at describing it. Ba, da, ba, da, ba.
Yeah, you're really bad at describing that.
What's it feel like when you eat food?
What's it feel like?
Yeah, like, does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? Most people go like, it's so good. But what does that even mean?
Depends if it's good food or not. 'Cause
Depends
bad
on
food-
when the last time you had it was. Like, I know sometimes certain foods are kind of nostalgic for me. It brings me back to.
Yeah. Some foods can bring back memories, or good memories. Some foods just make you feel comfortable and warm, you know?
Some foods can remind you of places you want to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's really sweet. I didn't realize something like that could have such a power.
Food is arguably one of the most important things for people who need to eat.
I wish I could have something like that to remind me of things. I have to draw people most part. It
And
helps.
and how do you feel when you draw them?
mixed feelings. Depends on the person. I just draw people to remember faces. When you live as long as I do, you get worried that you're gonna forget people. So I draw them. That's why I really want to draw you guys, because I don't want to forget you.
Aw.
So I'm gonna bug you about it once you get to the hotel. Or wherever we're staying.
Lythander nods.
You guys go. You are now approaching as you are walking and having this conversation. The large.
Say you draw food.
Yep. The large stone walls of surrounding a very nice front gate. There is a huge sign above this gate that is labeled the Western Gate, and yes, it is in fact on the western side of the city. You guys know that you are approaching the city from the west. There are guards at attention on the gate as you guys are walking up, but the portcullis is open. It seems very open, and you know, they don't say anything as you are walking up.
Lythander will go ahead and walk right in like he did last time.
Well, this is a very different entrance than Craven.
Welcome to the city, boy and girl.
Wow.
Ooh,
Anarchy's going to
it's
move
a
her shield
city.
over
They can't be
her holy
boys and
symbol.
girls. Sorry. Say that again.
Anarchy's gonna move her shield and kind of shift it over to her holy symbol, so it covers it.
All right.
Feast
Neither
your
gar-
eyes, guys. This is what beautiful, sweet capitalism builds.
Strangely enough, as you guys are walking into the city, neither guard says anything. One standing firmly at attention kind of watches you go in, but doesn't say anything. The other's bored and checking under her nails for some grime. But as you walk in, inside the gate, there is a huge, kind of like a crossroads sign with wooden arrows pointing in different directions. At the top of the post, there's a big sign labeled Shopping District. Then you've got arrows pointing in other directions: residential districts A through J, residential districts K through T, north sector, east sector, southern sector, city square, pointing in all sorts of different directions. It is bustling where you're at. Despite the fact that it is now almost midnight, there seem to be shops that are still open. Some of them are closed, but you are in the shopping district. There are carts that are set up. You are actually currently in the market district of the shopping district, so there's lots of storefronts and buildings that you're standing around, some of which are still lit up, that still have people walking in and out of them, one of which probably the tavern, you would assume by the fact that you can smell food coming from it, has lots of business right now. People that are drunkenly stumbling out because it's like midnight.
Hey, what do you guys say we live it up and play some Uno, huh?
I've never been in an area so big and bustled before. And Anarchy kind of just like, since Lythander is the one who's been here before, or at least was the one guiding them to this place, she's gonna kind of cling a little closer to him.
Lythander blinks once and looks down. Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. He smiles. I remember the first time I was in a big city looking up. I was younger than you. I was 12 when I first went into the big city, and I got pushed around by the crowds that walked through. So I get that. It's kind of intimidating.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not used to being around a lot of people. I've been mostly either locked up in my living quarters or in the bottom of the ocean. So this is different.
Don't worry, Jim and I got you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, to the tavern?
Yes.
To the tavern! Time to make some money off Uno.
Oh, jeez.
I believe you're his lucky charm, Anarchy. Don't get
I-
lost behind
Only
him.
if Salune wishes it. Honestly, I don't really think it's a good idea that I help you with that.
He's getting away from us. You better hurry.
I'm fine. Let him do what he wants to do.
Well, I'm gonna join him, putting his hands in his pockets and starting to walk. Come on, Anarchy.
Okay, I'm coming. Come.
Nothing but trouble. You guys get into the tavern where there are people. Everybody who is still up drinking seems to be pretty much drunk by this point of the night.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be easy.
It is
As
As
people
like
can't
Lythander and Jim
strategize
have
for
similar
Uno.
strains of thought.
Anarchy,
Well,
what's
it's
going
true.
on?
Uno is a game of strategy. Is very much a strategic game. If you're
There-
drunk, you cannot play Uno right.
There is, in fact, some sort of muscle at the door. He's not in a guard uniform or anything, but he's definitely very bouncer style, kind of stands at the door. He is not drunk. He stands there with his arms crossed, quietly looking over the tavern.
I'm just gonna check with this bouncer. You know, some places don't allow Uno. Hey, is Uno allowed in this place?
Gambling's in the back corner.
Got it. Come on, kids. You wanna come with?
Yeah.
Jim walks his way to the
Oh,
back corner.
He kind of tilts his head a little, watching you guys as you walk in. You did notice the one guard that was at attention was also watching you guys kind of funny as you walked in, but it's much more obvious from this bouncer, who doesn't seem to be trying to hide it at all, that he is kind of watching Anarchy.
Yeah. Figured this might happen at some point.
Hey, what's up?
It's
No, that's what Jim says to the bouncer.
Anarchy's gonna kind of.
What is that?
I
A
am a
gnome.
gnome.
My grandkid.
Adoptive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you now, Jim, and then scratches his head. What's wrong with your ears?
A birth defect. It's tragic, isn't it? He also ages 5 times faster than a regular human. You can really tell.
That.
Believe it
part
or
is
not, we're the
true.
same age.
Yeah, no, he is.
I know,
really
right?
bullshitting there.
He's older than us.
I'm 65.
If I can borrow a bathroom, I could take off my helmets if that's make things more comfortable.
We really
Bathrooms-
like to make sure she's safe when we travel.
Lythander smiles.
Bathrooms for paying customers. It's
Ah.
back that way.
Lythander hands Anarchy a silver piece.
You don't have
Why
to
don't you
ask.
go buy me a drink and go ask for the bathroom?
Okay. Anarchy, that's the small child to buy a drink.
It doesn't have to be alcoholic.
Get him some grape juice. Some of his one
The
of his
point
finest
is you need to
steaks
buy.
was-
The point is
want
you
some
need to buy a
apple
drink
juice.
that
Can I have some apple juice? What kind of
Thanks,
drink do you
sweetie.
want?
Anything will do. Anything that's worth a silver.
My friend wants whatever a silver can get him. He's thirsty, and I was hoping I could use the bathroom.
Bathroom's
Pretty
back
please.
that way.
Thanks.
And she takes the silver and then goes and starts mixing something up.
Just make sure that whatever it is, I want to be really drunk. He winks at her.
Also, I can only keep my helmet off for an hour. Just for the heads up.
I'm sorry. Okay, one thing at a time. First,
She says so. She kind of say it to Lythander in passing. Just so.
oh, she's saying that to Lythander.
In
Yeah, she says to
passing.
Lythander in passing. I can only keep my helmet off for an hour. Just for the heads up.
Gives you a thumbs up as you leave.
Lythander, make a charisma check.
16 plus 4 is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, now make a. Oh, we'll call it. To convey your message properly, we'll call it performance.
16 plus 4 is a dirty 20.
She eyes you slightly before smirking and turning around to continue working with the drink.
Keep a general eye on the bathroom for when Anarchy comes out and a general eye on Jim.
Sure. Jim, I assume you're making yourself comfortable back with the folks that are already
Yeah.
playing. They seem to be playing poker, actually. They already
Ah.
have a game going.
Poker's not Jim's games as so much. He's an Uno man. So he knows what to do in this situation. He sits down, starts shuffling the Uno cards. Usually people slowly flock over when he does this.
Okay.
All the facial expressions you're making right now. You're just like,
Make a charisma check.
11. Oof.
You're not having too much luck, but it could be that it's already really late. So most people, since they're already drunk, they're kind of settled wherever they're going to be for the night with their groups.
Jim goes back to Lythander.
Yeah, this crowd's a bust. No Uno.
I guess I'm out of the bathroom now.
Yes.
Oh,
There's
and
a
just
card
for
game.
Oh, sorry. But
No,
just
go
for
for it.
context, so Anarchy has used her disguise self thing for the day. And
Mhm.
she hasn't disguised really her lower half. She's kind of made it look more like if her head could come off and there was the gnome head underneath.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Yep, you just look like you've
Like,
taken your
everything's
helmet off.
proportionate, but just like it just looks like, oh, her helmet comes off. Okay, she's
Yep.
a gnome.
Absolutely. You are now coming out. You are a gnome wearing your armor, but no longer your helmet. The lady has gifted a cup over to you, Lythander.
Lythander will take it and take a sip.
It tastes like Kool-Aid.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Lythander
Anarchy
gets
will
up.
walk over to Lythander.
Come on, we're heading over to Jim. He says, swirling his very nice drink around. Very alcoholic. Very, very good.
What?
Very on the
Okay.
in crowd.
You look fancy.
Thank you. Walking over to Jim. Why don't you join the poker game?
I don't usually have the best luck with poker. You know, Uno, that's my game. That's a game of strategy.
Is
Lythander?
I'm not a luck guy.
Lythander will hand Jim 5 gold pieces. What if the game's on me?
You're sure about that?
Sure, go on.
What are you
Oh.
two up to?
Alrighty.
Jim
Oh,
sits
geez.
down.
All right, guys, deal me in.
The person who's in charge of the chips puts his hand out for the money that you're going to be paying in for your chips.
Pops the 5 gold in his hand.
He takes it, checks it over, and then deals out an assortment of chips to you so that way you can join the table. You can see that the money has not been moved under the table or anything. There is one box that he put your gold into and stuff sitting right on the table. That seems to be over near him so that way none of the drunk fools try to sneak anything out of it. And he is now dealing you in.
All right.
Let's see here.
Should I just roll to see if I get anything or not?
Yeah, roll 2% die for me.
2% die.
Yep.
Okay. I got 44 on the first roll,
Okay.
and the second roll is 19. Oof.
Alrighty. You wind up on this hand losing about 3 silver because you went for what was almost a straight, but you didn't wind up with the straight. You had a 5 of spades, 6 of diamonds. On the table, there was a 4 of clubs, 7 of hearts, and a jack of hearts. So you
Ugh.
almost got that straight, but not quite.
Alrighty. Let's try to at least break even. That cool, Lythander?
Keep going.
Go, Jim.
Okay.
Well,
Lythander is, of course, taking this time throughout the night. You know, you don't want to do all the pockets at once or anything, but like, you know, you tend to hang out towards Jim. You're clearly in a group here,
mhm.
but
Mhm.
if you get the opportunity,
Anarchy's gonna start trying to draw Lythander and Jim in her notebook.
It's
At
like
a
dogs
table.
playing poker.
Yeah.
Just an
She's
idiot
capturing
playing
his
poker
image.
and another idiot robbing the poker players.
Like, and this is what Jim looks like, and this is what Lythander looks like.
there's Anarchy drawing Lythander doing crimes, and is this what you did during that time? Anarchy, why did you draw me with my hand in another person's pocket? I was trying to take in the realism.
Oh, that reminds me. I guess she at some point she looks over at Lythander. Can she see him stealing?
We'll have to wait to
This is
find
the
out.
first time.
Yep, we'll handle that at the end. We're gonna handle 3 rounds for Jim to be a
Perfect.
representative cross sample. Jim, you wind up dealt in on the second hand. You've got a king and an 8 offsuit.
Okay, so what's that? 2 more percent rolls? Or?
So, no, I'm letting you know what's in your hand. Is that something that you want to bid on? It's got a king, so it's got a high card.
Gonna be honest, don't know how to actually play poker.
All right then. Are you just give me on a scale of 1 to 10? How aggressively are you bidding?
I'd say a 5. He's a very strategic player.
Strategic, not trying to be very aggressive at all.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Roll a performance check for me.
Performance coming up.
Mhm.
21.
Beautiful. You do keep a pretty straight face. You are being very strategic, very conservative, not really letting people read you one way or another. And you go through to the end. It winds up being a hand that's worth... It winds up being 1 gold and 12 silver. That's into the middle by the end of it. And let's see here. You end up losing the pot to a pair of aces. You had a pair of kings in the end.
Oh.
It was very close, though. It's only just narrowly one up to you.
Okay, one round
Close
left,
games.
I guess.
Close games are good business for Lythander. Everybody's focused more.
People are focused. That was a pretty close one. People seem to all be kind of neck and neck in it. There weren't a lot of people folding out. You had 2 people fold out at the beginning, but everyone else kind of stuck in after that. All right, let's see here. You get dealt in your next hand, and as a character who knows games, you know that you don't really have a good starting hand. You can fold out of it, or you can try to bully your way around.
Ah, man. Trying to think what would be the actual better move. Because as someone who doesn't know poker, but playing someone who
It's
does
probably
know
good to
poker.
fold, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna fold.
All right, you fold your way out of that one. We'll give you one more hand then, since you maintained level here. You get dealt in your next hand. Matching suit's a good high card, worth bidding on. How aggressively do you want to bid this hand?
This will be a 6. I'm going a little
6?
harder.
Little harder. All right, you go a little bit harder. Make a performance check for me.
Nat 20.
Yay!
You actually make 3 of the other 6 players back off. They fold out, so you're left with only 3 players then who stick it out into the hand. You get the flop of the hand, and it's looking really good. You look like you're getting pretty close to a straight. Do you want to bid aggressive? Do you want to bid conservative? Do you want to...
A straight is a high-end playing card, so...
Straights are a good hand, yes.
So
And
do you
I
want
have
to
a
play
straight.
like you've got a straight, or do you want to, like...
With what's on the board, it's pretty obvious that there could be a straight out there.
He's gonna play a little modest. Or he's gonna play the same as he did before.
Play the same level of aggressive.
Yep.
All
Close to
right.
neutral, but it's slightly aggressive. That nice 6.
Performance check again.
Go, Jim! Go, Jim!
Now remember, you don't want too many people to fold out, so you want people betting in.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. One more person backs out. You've still got 2 people that are in the game. All right. Next card comes out. Nothing's really changed. Maintaining the same level.
Next card comes up. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Are you maintaining the same level? It wasn't a card that was helpful to you at all.
Yeah, we'll stay the same.
All right. The 2 people stay in with you. And then you end up at the river, the final card that's out. So,
This is intense.
this is intense. Let's see what the final pot is worth before everybody flips out. Do you want to try now with the turn, with all the cards out, you are aware in your hand you do not have the straight, which means somebody else could have the straight. There are 2 people who stuck it out with you. Do you want to bid aggressively to try and force them out at the end? Do you want to maintain the same level? Do you want to back off and just hope that nobody bids and wait and see what's happened?
He's just gonna wait to see what happens. Not his money.
Wait. All right. Everybody flips over and reveals. It turns out that one of the other players did have the straight from the flop. They had the 10 and the king that was missing, whereas you only had the king and you were hoping for a 10. So somebody else wound up with the straight that you didn't end up with. The final pot on that one wound up being, so you lost 2 gold and another 12 silver worth. So I think that's roughly the rest of the 5 gold that you bought in. I think just shy.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Okay.
For the hand, but you had 2 hands that were really close, and that's just a representative. You played more than 3 hands through the night. That's just a cross section to, use as stats.
And also, before the hour is up, Anarchy does go to the bathroom at some point and, transforms back.
Okay, put your helmet back on.
Yeah, before the hour's up.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Nobody
wanna be
makes
caught
much
just
of
like
a
Puka.
fuss about it, other than some drunk dude at some point that's kind of like, why are you so scared? Makes a couple of strange comments. One of them comes out really slurred, and then other people laugh at him. But nobody really makes a big fuss about it. Lythander, give me 3 sleight of hand checks.
Alrighty, we got a dirty 20. We got a 21. We're gonna use a luck. We're gonna use a luck. Are you laughing? And we got a 25.
All right. Man, that third time around, you were like, everybody was so focused on that hand that had the almost straights and stuff that, like, I mean, even you for a little bit there, you were like, I mean, but damn. And like, you were trying to look at people's hands, like, but damn, like, look at these hands and stuff. That at some point, like, you almost put your hand into someone's pocket, like twice. You almost put your hand into someone's pocket and then conveniently leaned on the table to be interested in the game because you realized Mr. Bouncer was making rounds and you were like, oh man, I almost missed that he was missing rounds. But like, thankfully, like, luckily I kind of, looked around last minute and,
Got good charisma.
Scratched the back of your ear, looked real casual and interested in the game, stuck your butt out a little, hopes that it would help, realized the guy doesn't seem to be swinging that way, but you weren't lucky on that respect, but you were lucky where it counted. Make 3 percentage checks for me.
93, 92, and 75.
Are these dice balanced?
Yes, last I checked.
Are they fair?
That's a 92.
That's a 92. I don't think these are balanced dice, you little thief.
They
These
rolled
are the
low
Lythander
before.
dice.
90?
Now it's a,
no, that's a
it's
9. Lol.
Uh-huh.
See, they balanced.
Sure.
A 92, a 93, and a 75.
Guys, give me 1 second.
Lythander's making bank!
Woo!
These drunk people are fucking idiots! That's what Lythander calls a good investment. 5 gold pieces in, makes out good pickpocketing. That's called strategy.
Nice. I wonder if I can still kind of roll to see if I can catch you, though.
Yeah, you'll have to beat, what is it, a 21, or a 20, a
20 was the
21,
lowest.
and a 25. Yeah.
So
So I'm
you're
hoping
gonna
she
make
can at least beat the 20.
Okay.
She has
3
decent
perception
perception.
checks.
She could probably beat that if she gets a good roll.
You get 3 perception checks following the same order.
Okay, come on, Anarchy. Please. We need some character development. Ursalune! Darn it. 15 was the first one. Yes, Anarchy!
Nat 20?
Very close! Oh my gosh. What was the second roll you got there, Lythander?
21.
Oh, she caught you. She got a 24.
Are you gonna act on it?
No, 'cause
Okay.
she doesn't want to get us all in trouble.
Woo!
Let's see the third one. She's now studying you through the night. Because she's like, wait a minute.
So you can probably roll that at advantage.
Yep. That last one you'll roll at advantage.
Like, hold the phone.
Oh shit.
Okay, let's see.
22.
It's a 22. Yeah.
24, or 25, so you don't make it on the last one.
Okay, but she caught him once.
You did catch him once.
She's like, huh. She's gonna keep quiet for now and just keep drawing.
Just one drawing Lythander's hands in someone's pocket. That's all.
No. She's not drawing that. She's just continuing drawing.
All right.
Well, we fish up.
Lythander. From the first pocket, you pulled out a pretty nice looking pocket watch.
Cool.
Their chain just wasn't really attached to their pocket, it turned out. So when
What
you reached in-
kind of metal is it?
It's gold.
Gold.
A gold pocket watch, but it seems to be
Pocket.
like it has like some extra
parentheses,
filigree and stuff.
Nice.
Mhm.
Filigree. Okay.
The second guy, you pulled a set of dice out of his pocket along with 4 gold.
Dice set. All right, we're already making. Okay.
And the third guy, you reached into his pocket. 4 gold, 4 silver, and 3 copper.
All right, 4 gold, 4 silver, and 3 copper. That's what we call a good night.
Really good night.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
You
it is.
profited.
Yes, he did. He knew to bet on Jim.
Jim lost so much, but Lythander still profited.
I mean, to be fair, you lost Lythander's money.
That's what I mean. He lost all the Lythander's money, but Lythander made it back.
So, as far as Lythander's concerned, all good.
It's all
And
good,
Jim,
yeah.
realistically, is probably just assuming
See,
that Lythander's
Jim
been
and
robbing
Lythander
someone.
both made bets tonight.
And Anarchy finally knows that Lythander's a thief. Holy crow,
He's
it
a
took
little-
how many sessions?
This is only session 11, don't worry.
Took this long.
Took a bit.
So, the night passes, people are eventually stumbling out, going back to their own houses, as it were. A couple of them are crashed out, like passed out at the bar and stuff. It's late.
Well, let's go get a place to stay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alrighty. Sorry I lost your money, Lythander. I hope you
I bet it knowing that it was just for fun. Shrugging. It's like paying 5 gold pieces to see you have a good time, Jim.
hey, thanks. I'm sure you found other ways to profit.
So you know what?
Lythander gives you a stare that says that he will murder you, Jim. Murder.
Anarchy's looking and she now knows what's going on. She's still choosing to have a conversation in the bedroom. Well, you know what I mean.
Thank you, Anarchy, for having
No!
common
That's
brain.
disgusting!
Wait, that's illegal.
No! Let me rephrase this. Anarchy is waiting to have this conversation when they have a hotel room.
Lythander, you are aware of the various hotels and inns that are here, which ones are cheap, more expensive.
He's gonna stay at whatever one he knows that Ankros has been staying at.
All right, Ankaros has been staying in a decent. It's a decent quality hotel towards the northern end of the trade square.
All right, we'll head that way.
All right. The rooms there, you are aware, run about 1 gold a night.
That's fine. He'll
It's a
pay
decent
for.
quality inn.
He'll
yeah.
pay for all 3 of them.
I can pay.
Okay.
He hands over 3 gold pieces.
All right. You guys each have your own
Sure
room.
you don't want us to pay?
No, that's fine. Waves a hand.
The staff actually, when you guys go in to get the rooms, do not even they don't seem to bat an eyelash at why you guys are checking in at such an absurd hour or anything. They simply ask about verify the 3 rooms, verify the order, take the money, and give you guys your keys without any amount of hassle.
Thank you.
And I wish you all a good night.
Thank you.
Sirs and
Thanks.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
Go to bed for the night. Relax, Lythander once again. Now he's writing his letter to Kip, which he'll need to mail out.
Also, Anarchy's gonna come by Lythander's room for a minute.
Knock on the door.
Knocks on the door.
Lythander opens the door, looks around, then looks down. Oh,
Hello.
Anarchy. Hey.
Hi. Is it okay if I stop by?
Sure. Stepping aside. Come on in.
I wanted to, if we
Closing
could
the
have
door.
a talk about something.
Have a talk about something. Leaning against the wall. Sure. What do you need?
How quiet do you think these walls are?
These are some pretty sturdy walls. I mean, I'm sure you could hear an argument if people were
They're
yelling at
pretty
each other.
thin.
No.
I'm kidding.
Oh boy. I don't know. Just
Don't
talk
take too much
quieter
voice.
than the people having sex in the room next to us.
Oh gosh.
I'm kidding. They seem like they're good quality
Jim
walls.
found Martha.
God. Not old people sex.
Oh, God. At some point you hear something about a hip being thrown out.
Oh gosh.
And then Jim says, wait, no, that makes it better.
Oh God.
So, let's sit down for a second.
Leaning back off of the wall and going and sitting down on his bed.
So, I think I found, you kind of remind me of Mara a little bit in certain
You've
ways.
said this before.
You're both very good at acquiring things, I've noticed.
Some people do call me an acquirer of goods, yes.
Yes. I saw you acquiring tonight. While I was drawing a picture of you.
Okay. Don't tell anyone.
Well, yeah, I don't want us to get in trouble,
Thank you.
obviously. But, Did you know that thieves have a tendency to pray to Selene? Fun fact. You see, Selene is not exactly a goddess who she's not a lawful good goddess is what some people phrase it as. She's more so of a chaotic one. She doesn't necessarily go by strict good, what's good and what's bad, but if people are doing the right thing, you know?
Okay.
So I'm guessing what I'm saying is a thief can be good. You know? They can choose what they decide to steal. Like, you know, like how I do my super science. I have to choose how I use it and how carefully I could use it because it hurt people.
Lythander looks around a little awkwardly.
I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is, I think if you want to do this, keep in mind to do it for good. You might know that. I don't know. Just, cautious what you're taking, who you're taking it from, and stuff. I guess. I'm a cleric. I kind of have to say these things.
Lythander nods. You remind me a lot of my dad. He had some similar things to say.
Oh?
He was more don't steal at all sort of kind of guy, very follow the law household.
I'm more so do what will be good kind of thing. And it's not. Let me ask you this. Can I ask why you steal? Just out of curiosity.
Normally to pay the bills and provide for the people that I care about.
See, that's good intention. So it doesn't tell me that you're a bad person,
Right.
But I would say be mindful of the other people who are trying to pay their bills and take care of their families and stuff like that.
I try. I tend to
That's
only
good.
take from people who I know can spare some money. Normally most drunk people are in excess or need to really sort out their priorities in life.
I know, but if this is something you want to do, then stealing's kind of like your weapon, right? Your talent.
Sure, it's the only thing I've ever known that I've been good at in life. Rubbing his arm.
Well, if it's your talent, then I guess you gotta use it for good, because my talent is also something that could potentially hurt people. I realize that. And I try to point in the right directions. So, for example, remember that one night we were looking for things in Craven and you returned it? What if you stole from the bad guys?
Sure, I stole a lot of stuff from Jean.
And that's good. Continue doing that. Then you can't cast, you can't do super science. Highly encourage that.
That's the idea. Giving a nod.
I'm sorry if this is an awkward conversation.
Well, getting confronted on your bad habits is never an easy conversation to have.
I mean, I think this is good. I feel like we actually have conversations now.
I'm not really one for conversing much about my habits. But I know you and Jim do a lot more talking. Maybe you could. I've told Jim this a few times, but maybe you could tell Jim not to discuss these things in public. Just today he was like, I'm sure you found money other ways.
He makes jokes about that a lot.
I just would
I'm not
appreciate
dense.
He doesn't listen to me, but maybe he'll listen to you. Just tell him
he misses you. I miss you too.
Seems like everywhere I go, people end up missing me.
You're a likable person, you know that.
Likeable's a word.
I think you're likable.
Thanks. I try to put a good foot forward. I'm not really one, again, for talking about my habits. So,
It's okay. I've said my piece.
okay.
I'll leave you
Thanks
to
for
determine
your
once you decide to do it.
Thanks for your sort of mixed blessing on the matter. That
Mixed blessing. Like I said, good thieves have a habit of praying to Selune. She's not against it. She's just wants it to be used for good. That's it.
You got it. I'll do what I can. And for what it's worth, I really didn't have an issue paying for tonight. Like I said, that's
I kind of gathered.
Yeah.
I still will offer, of course. It's rude.
Of course, we'll go through the little turn and dance.
Ah, jeez. Still, I said my piece, like I said.
And I do mean it.
And
thank
you for being honest to me.
Yeah, no problem. The only people that I've known not to freak out were Ankaros and sort of Jim, but Jim talks about it all the time, so...
Yes, he does. My sister stole scrolls and prayer wheels all the time. I'm used to this. I'm used to covering for her.
Lythander smiles a little. She sounds like one hell of a gal.
Do you know how much I had to lie through my teeth for her? Just so she
Oh
didn't get in
my.
trouble?
He looks around, is this quickly becoming a venting session?
No. In her case, I like to think she was stealing for good as well. She was trying to teach me things. She was trying to teach herself things. And it did benefit us, admittingly.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be in that case.
I agree. But, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah,
And I also did say I'd have your back. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm still keeping to it. I have your back.
I need to tell you something.
Oh?
And
what's up?
I don't... Back when we first met.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim was like, oh, I don't want to be around these two, and maybe I'll hit the road in the morning and other stuff, Jim.
Yeah.
I was kind of in a dark place at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was nervous that he was going to leave, and well, you seemed to like him, you were all like, oh, don't go, maybe just feel out the waters, and you were doing your anarchy thing. So I thought maybe if I made him think that your goddess was favoring him, he would choose to stick around beside you, because he was getting money and he wanted money for his bar, and I figured he'd stick around you and then you would be happy and nobody would know. But then some weird things happened, and I don't really want to get into it, but some weird things happened and I didn't really feel good about doing it all, so I stopped it, and I'm so sorry that I impersonated your goddess, but I just didn't want Jim to go, and I figured if I, gave him money, I could bribe him into staying, and he wouldn't take money just from me, so...
Look at me. It's okay.
Lythander stares at you for a few seconds.
It's okay. You've brought us together, if anything. Sometimes these things happen for a reason, and I'm just happy that Selene was talking to us in the first place. I've never had her talk to me at all, and I got this necklace out of it. This is for Samara's.
I want you to know I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
I gathered you couldn't have done that unless you've met Amara, and then I would pester you and say, hey, do you know where my sister is? Because I've been looking for her for a long time.
Okay.
But if you do know where she is, that'd be super helpful.
After that happened, motioning to your necklace, that's when I stopped.
Okay.
I didn't feel comfortable doing it anymore.
But also, thank you for looking out for me since day one. That's what it sounded like to me.
You liked Jim and you didn't
I
want him
liked
going
you
anywhere.
too.
I just wanted to
By
make
the way.
sure. Thank you. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure he stuck around because, it was important. And I just wanted to make sure he did that.
Can I tell you a confession about the first day we met?
Go for it.
Take a breath. I'm not mad. You know that, right?
I did impersonate your god.
I know. But remember that whole thing of good intentions? That's what
The
I
best
look for.
intentions paved the road to hell?
No.
Not
like I said.
Good intentions don't always go according to plan.
I know. But what I look for when I see someone and I think that they're a good person, I look at their intentions. And I think you have good intentions.
Thank you.
So, like I was saying, first day we met, I didn't think that you or Jim or myself were alive. I thought we were in like a purgatory. It's crazy, right? I felt like I was a
I
walking
can imagine.
zombie and nothing was real at all. Because I thought I was still dead in the ocean. So I'm sorry I didn't think you were basically a real person for our first couple days, but eventually it started kicking in when you gave me the sleep mask you gave me. I started being comforting and everyone started to become more real and alive, and a certain event that we don't really like to talk about, but had to help a certain person intensely in a square. You know what day I'm talking about. That kicked me into high gear, like seeing someone down like that. And everyone seemed alive. And then I realized that I was alive and you guys were alive, and yeah, so that's my confession for the night.
Thanks.
Sorry, I didn't think everyone was alive for the first couple days.
I feel no offense to that. That's really fine, Anarchy.
Glad to be alive.
I'm glad you're alive and in my life.
Same. And she gives him a hug.
Okay.
Sorry,
He slowly.
too much?
That's not too much. That's not too much. He puts his arms around you too. I just remember, very manly over here.
Of course, the manliest man. I captured your manly essence in notebook form.
Very good, very good. Super manly. Not gonna cry. Giving you a squeeze. You should probably, go off and do your girl manly stuff.
Girl.
Yeah, that stuff.
That kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Also, before I leave, she takes out a notebook and shows the drawing she did of him. See? There's your manly essence.
Yeah, you could have given me a bigger butt.
I wasn't looking at that.
Oh, well, you could have. I'm kidding. That's actually really looking it over, tilting his head. That's a really cool picture, actually. Thanks. No, thank you. I mean, it's your talent, your skill, you're donating to us.
It's not really my talent per se. I would do this just so I can remember people's faces.
Well, you've certainly got a knack for it.
It's a habit. I'm planning on drawing all my sisters in here as well.
I look forward to
seeing
seeing
I don't forget
them.
their faces. Yeah, and then I'll show you them one by one.
Thank you. But stretching, big manly guy like myself, flexing a little, probably have to, get some sleep.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Have a good night, Lythander.
Night. Lythander will close the door once Anarchy is out.
All right. And you are writing a letter afterwards?
Yep.
Also, can we just acknowledge that Lythander, that Anarchy's reaction to finding out Lythander's a thief is basically going to his door and go, Can I talk to you? Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Lythander almost had a moment being like, are you trying to evangelize me? What is going on right now? You opened up with like, Saluni doesn't care if you're a thief. Lythander, are you trying to evangelize me? I mean, I'm already praying. What else? Do you want me to be a part of your cult? Do I
She's
need
trying
to
to say, like, hey, look, I
know.
follow this person. It doesn't bother me that we're friends and we hang out.
We know what you were basically trying to do, but it was funny the way it came off.
I
Also,
know.
I want you to appreciate
Anarchy's
Lythander's
awkward.
manliness with the
I
flower
saw.
crown.
Lythander's what?
Manliness.
Oh yeah, no. Lythander's like the least manly man I know.
Like you guys, she was like, I captured her manliness in the picture.
And you know
I
me, so
immediately
that's
had to
saying
go
something.
back- I had to go back and find the picture of him with the flower crown because I was like, so much
Also,
manliness.
I just want to say, I told you I would try to repair this, man. I told you.
At the very least, Lythander's feeling accepted without the constant fear of somebody selling his secret, nor on Ankaros's perspective, which is, he's in a new spot with Anarchy.
Cool. I'll
Now,
take it.
now Jim just needs to work on having an actual relationship with Lythander in some sort of way. That isn't just banter.
Oh boy. So the night passes, letters are written, people relax, good night sleeps are had all around. Nobody gets interrupted.
Sweet.
Comfortable beds. Better be for the price that you paid for them.
A gold each.
It's an expensive
Pricey.
hotel.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not even the most expensive that a hotel could get. You do know there are some very nice places in this town. And then you've heard even worse yet is that some of the cities getting closer into the capital have even nicer places yet. Some people like to travel and stay in style, man.
Ooh.
Some people like to travel and not get their pockets picked in common rooms.
Yeah, that too.
Some people like to travel and not lose their dice.
Yeah. Some people like to travel and not lose their dice.
Or their gold pocket watches.
Or, anything for that matter.
All
right.
Jim, how much did how much did Lythander take from Jim again, like last episode?
He took a total of 5 gold pieces. He kept, I think, 2, and he gave Ankaros 3.
And he just paid you back your 5 anyway, so.
Wow.
Lythander has his ways.
I still can't believe Lythander just stole from Jim straight up.
Lythander gave Jim, I think, a total of a platinum worth in Saluni money.
Fair.
Make no mistake, Lythander shelled out to Jim at the beginning. Jim was a part of the reason Lythander was broke. He shelled out for that man to try and make sure he stayed.
God, Jim's gonna have conflicted feelings once he finds out what's up.
Well, if Lythander could help it, he'll never find out. I imagine he'll find out through Anarchy one of these days.
Probably.
Yeah.
All
Look,
right.
Lythander, Jim and Anarchy aren't the best secret keepers.
Actually, Anarchy's a very good one. Again, she had to hide a lot of
that's
things that
true.
Amara did. And now
I
she's
imagine
hiding a lot of
Anarchy-
things that Lythander does.
But I imagine Anarchy at some point will tell Jim about this thing, if only to try and help Jim and Lythander grow closer and be like,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
with Jim.
so scared.
Yeah,
for
she
you.
might. But not tonight, I don't think. I think they're all going to bed.
You know, I paid you to be my friend. Jim.
Lythander, I didn't pay you to be my friend. I impersonated a goddess and made you think that the goddess had good intentions for you to stick around and keep getting paydays. I believe
God.
Jim's first thing he said about waking up was something along those lines of like, yeah, man, I'm gonna keep protecting this girl, but I keep getting money. And Lythander was like, oh goddamn, okay, more money every night, that's fine.
Oh, no.
Fine.
Until the goddess gave a letter, and then Lythander was like, oh fuck, don't want to piss off the goddess. So sorry, my lady, ma'am, Mrs. Lady. I will never do it again. I'm so sorry.
So the goddess gave an actual letter.
And then Lythander backed off.
Fair enough.
He got scared. He doesn't want any more. Each of these characters feels like they're cursed in some way, and he doesn't want any more. He feels like, Lythander, the actual god, has been pulling punches on him ever since his parents named him after a god, which is kind of blasphemy,
Yeah, you
you
mentioned
know.
that to me before.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Jim is actually kind of cursed.
Well, Jim has some gods that want him.
Spirits.
Spirits
specifically.
that
The
want,
gods don't
want
give
him
a shit.
skinned.
Team Fisher, we're all cursed.
Such a wholesome cursed group. It's like a group of people. Anarchy's the only one that like this doesn't apply to. A group of people. We dug our grave. We're in it now. We're answering for our own crimes. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see if the sheep thing comes and bites her.
Yeah, sheep thing will happen eventually.
So the next morning comes. What's your guys' plan for the day?
Lythander's gonna get everybody breakfast, well, everybody being 2 people, well, 3 people, and we're just kind of gonna eat off of Anarchy's plate slyly.
I
Where
have
are you getting
eaten.
this breakfast?
At a local restaurant, somewhere cheaper than this darn hotel. Unless they have complimentary breakfast. This might be a place that has complimentary.
There's a fruit tray out downstairs and a pitcher of juice.
Then we're eating here.
Alrighty.
But it's not like some sort of like huge, like lots of meats and stuff kind of breakfast.
Who needs lots of meats, man?
meat? Just meat. Stop asking if we sell anything else.
A certain guy with a sword that he keeps just for meat.
I thought you kept that for apples.
He keeps it
Meat,
for whatever.
apples,
The
any
story keeps changing.
I can't remember what the sword. I think it's just for food. It's just the food scimitar. He prefers it for meat, but you know, if he has an apple, he's gonna slice it with it.
Giant sword.
It scares me.
Lythander warns you not to cut off your thumb.
I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 200 years.
All right, now we have to go off to Weasley's.
Okay, off to Weasley's.
All right. I don't think he'd like it if I had a sword out. I'll just put this back in my bag.
Also, for the heads up, the spells switched today are bless, detect magic, cure wounds, healing word, command. I don't list these off enough. Augury and spiritual weapon.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool.
Alrighty, Lythander's going into the shopping district, going to the sort of setup shops, the tents, the carts, the whatever, and he's looking for Weasley.
Jim's just kind of following along.
Yeah, we're just following.
Arms kind of crossed, like he is not into this plan still. You know, he is not feeling this. But you know, he's going along.
Alrighty. You guys are heading, you do know that you were told to look for Weasley in the trade district. The trade district is the specific portion of the shopping district where imports get to come and set up. It's all designed to be easily set up, take down lots of land that can be rented out and stuff rather than like permanent storefronts.
Yep.
And as you are walking around, it's actually pretty darn easy to find him. You're not walking around, make a percent check. Let's just see exactly how long it takes you.
Come on, loaded dice.
Let's go. I think Lythander is just making it.
56.
56. All right. It doesn't take you terribly long at all as you're walking around, about 20 minutes that you're walking before you do come across, as you're walking through in the morning, a very large tent that's been set up. It has a there is a horse tied to a horse post outside the tent and a cart that seems to be shackled to the horse post as well. But there's a large tent and there is a big wooden sign at the top of it. It's a big wooden board at the top actually that has several letters on it that says Weasley's Wondrous Wares, but there is a gap in the name, W-E-S blank L-E-Y apostrophe S.
Oh, I guess it's Weasley.
Huh.
Wesley?
Wesley.
Son
Everyone
of a
make a
bitch. This is a lot more legit than I thought it'd be.
Lythander glares back at him, and what did you think it was gonna be? He seems
Not
kind of offended at this
this.
point. He looks forward and he walks
How about
in.
we just put a little bit of faith in each other, huh?
Everyone make a perception check.
4.
10.
15.
Anarchy, you do notice that there is a small wooden board on the ground outside the front of the tent.
Wooden board outside the front of the tent.
Yep.
Huh. Looks like a wooden board might have fallen down or something. She kind of points to it, shows them.
Huh. Maybe
Lythander-
that's what the gap is.
Lythander pauses as he was about to enter the shop, kind of in a huff, looks over, picks up the board.
Oh, you do. You flip it over. It looks like the letter T is on this wooden plank.
Guys, why is there a cross on this plank?
It's a T.
No, I'm pretty sure this is a cross.
It's
Looks like a T.
Maybe it's a T.
really?
Lythander looks over at Jim with this sort of passive look. Then looks back at the sign, or the wooden piece. So,
Oh, it's gonna be one of these days.
Westerly.
Wesley.
Westerly.
Aren't you looking for a Weasley, though? This is the right place.
Oh gosh, Ankaros, why are you doing this to me? Is this the right place? I don't know. I'll go in and I'll ask for directions.
Sounds good.
Come on, guys. You probably want to come in anyway, so.
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
You guys head inside this tent. It is a big round tent. There is another flap at the back of the tent, but you can see there are various tables, kind of like picnic tables and wooden boxes and stuff that have been set up as makeshift tables all around to form pseudo aisles in this tent. And there's all sorts of stuff all over these tables and boxes, from loose, unmatched pieces of armor to weapons to general goods. There seems to be food of some sort that's out. It's all kind of unusual, everything that's been set out here. And there is a man that is in the back of the tent who looks over when you guys come in, and
Hastily?
and he perks up seeing you guys come in. He is dressed in a suit, like he looks like he belongs in very, very high business in terms of like the actual suit that he's wearing, the fact that it looks like his hair was slicked back not too long ago, but otherwise he's a little disheveled, like the suit isn't quite on right, the buttons don't line up, his hair has like some strands that are sticking out, and he looks over and beams seeing you guys, goes, Wesley, yes, hi, pleasure to meet you guys, and he
Hi.
walks over and sticks a hand out.
Hi, Westerly. I'm looking for a Weasley.
It's Wesley.
Do you know a Weasley?
Aren't you supposed to laugh?
What?
It's true. Ankaros does laugh a lot when he says Weasley.
Oh, and he walks outside and takes a step back and looks up at his sign. You gotta be kidding me. And he's now looking around for a wooden plank. You
I
presume?
put it on the wall, tent wall.
Oh, and he looks over. Oh, I guess there's that. And he grabs a small footstool ladder thing to
Poking his head out of the tent to watch.
get up and hang the T back on the sign.
You
I don't know how he
want any
always
help
does
with
that.
that?
No, I can fix it. Just always thinks it's funny to pull us down, and it's not funny. One time
Oh.
it falls down on its own, I tell you.
Someone keeps pulling it down on you? That's not
Apparently
very nice.
Ankaros.
You good friends with Ankaros?
Yes, I believe you should know that I'm coming here. I don't know if he talked to you in advance.
And he jumps down. Well, he and I don't cross paths terribly often.
He said you'd be in town,
Nodding.
so
You're
you
right.
are.
Here I am. I'm in town. Walking back in, setting the ladder aside. I got lots of goods from all over, not just this country, other continents. I could tell you goods from lands you didn't even know existed. Take some time, look around.
That's
Lythander
from
looking
lands
at
we didn't even know existed?
Yes, I have been everywhere.
What kind of goods are these?
Exotic, wondrous wares.
Wondrous? Define
Mhm.
wondrous.
They will inspire wonder within you.
I
I'm
wonder what they could be.
I'm gonna say this is an incentive enough, maybe, for her to prepare detect magic as a ritual.
So you want to start chanting and working on a spell?
Right. Outside. Never mind. I always forget that little detail.
He does eye you a little bit like
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna pass and not do that, actually.
Okay.
Right on that, no.
All
It's
right.
not worth it. She didn't know him well enough.
Good
Do
plan.
you appraise things?
I can appraise things.
He holds out a gold pocket watch. Would you appraise this?
Sure. He takes it. Let me step in the back. I've got my magnifying glass and microscope in the back, but
Can I step back with you?
I don't usually bring people into the back of my tent. So, my personal living space.
You got it.
And he gives a nod and he steps in the back. Take some time, look around, explore.
Looking at Jim and Anarchy, as long as it's not too expensive, I don't mind buying you both something while we're here.
I think I would like to look around at this. Any idea if he has like a bathroom or something? Or
I don't think
somewhere
so.
private?
Looks like there's a bunch of junk you could hide behind over there.
Nobody
am I
else in
gonna
the
do
tent
this?
right
Am I
now.
gonna do this? Hang on. I know. Do I want to just cast it and get rid of a spell slot? Curious though. I'm curious. Darn it! Oh, my curiosity.
Lythander, make a perception check.
0.
Oh my gosh. Alright. So are you guys walking around?
I'm thinking for a second.
Yep.
Hang on. Do I want to cast detect magic?
Jim's looking around in the meantime, though.
Yeah, Jim's just kind of looking around, seeing if anything piques his interest.
There are a lot of unusual odds and ends. There's a couple of there are a couple of oddly colored weapons, like a bright blue dagger instead of a typical steel dagger.
I would describe it a lot like walking around an antique shop.
Yes, it is very
Yeah.
much like walking around an antique shop the
You
way
know
it's
what?
organized. But the items are a little more unusual. There's something a lot of one of a kind, like, oh, this chair is obviously here because it's got cool filigree and stuff like that. There's a lot of antique type stuff here, but there's also a lot of like, this is unusual. Who cuts a weapon this way? Like who? Some of the stuff, like there's some
Okay.
clothes that are stained with blood and stuff.
You talked me into it, Arya. You talked me into it. She's gonna, while Weasley's in the back, she's gonna cast detect magic.
All right.
She won't do it as a ritual though, so that way it doesn't take 10 minutes.
Sure. Otherwise, you'd still
So-
be chanting when he comes back
she'll
out.
be still chanting. It kind of ruins the point. But at least she still gets 10 minutes with magic eyes. Her brand. Alright, so she's gonna cast detect magic on herself and check out some objects in the room.
All right, you are walking around. As you're walking around, nothing seems to be glowing until you're towards the back of the tent when the flap that Weasley walked through is glowing.
Oh my gosh. Like, going pretty bright?
I mean, whatever there's magic is just a faint aura. So you see that there's a faint aura around the door that tells you that it's magic. I wouldn't say, you know what? I like it. It is glowing pretty bright.
Huh. She's gonna see if she can see what kind of magic. Is it on the door or behind the door?
The tent flap itself is glowing.
Huh. She's gonna see what kind of school of magic's on the tent.
Give me a sec.
Sorry.
The schools of magic indeed are just the one thing that I don't have, like, yeah, illusion.
Illusion.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. This made up. She's gonna like just see if she can touch the drape.
You go over to touch the drape. You touch the drape, and you can feel the drape, though as you are moving it around, you are realizing that it is not really exactly a drape, that there is a more formal door structure there, which is actually closed.
Huh.
So as you are investigating, you're realizing, as much as from a distance, it looked like you could probably just see through a little crack at the bottom where, the drape didn't quite fully close to see like a normal kind of back area. You are now actually realizing you can't just move the drape and see through it. You're seeing through the illusion upon investigation to realize that it is really a more formally closed door.
Interesting. Hey, Lythander, come here for a second.
You probably shouldn't be back there.
Just come here for a second.
Walking back there.
Check
The
this
door opens as Weasley comes back out.
Both of them jumping away from the door, I imagine.
out.
Oh my.
Hi.
Hello.
Both of them!
Can I help?
Oh, you're back. Hi.
Hi.
Anything magical on Weasley? Or Wesley, I mean?
Yes, Wesley, various items on his clothing seem to be glowing. In general, you're getting an entire glow from his person.
Holy crow. And he
hands the
like
watch
his
back to
body
you.
is glowing, or the things on him are glowing?
Yes.
What? What?
Both.
He hands the watch back to you. I'd say that's worth to the right buyer. You could probably get like 14 gold for it.
14 gold, so 10 for you, for profit.
Sounds good to me.
Hey,
Got
Wesley, where are
platinum?
you from?
And he goes into his pocket and flicks a platinum to you.
Taking it and giving him the watch.
He takes it and puts it in his pocket. Here and there. I've been all over really at this point in my life.
Cool.
See anything that tickles your fancy? And he looks at you, Lythander.
Actually, Ankaros sent me here to talk to you, so mostly just, well, you. But I have some more things that I wouldn't mind selling off. I heard that you're a bit of a...
Hey
Yeah,
guys, check out this
buy it.
dagger.
Hashtag you're offense!
I buy an assortment of items, nodding. Everything's got a story. The better the story, the better the price I'll pay for it.
You got it.
Nothing
Yeah.
that you're interested in buying?
Lythander, what about this blue dagger here? Imagine cutting up the steak with that.
How much is the blue dagger?
The blue dagger I will sell you for... I will sell you the blue dagger for 4 gold.
Looking over. What kind of metal is it?
It's a typical steel dagger, but the metals had some extra oomph put into it to give it a real blue, shiny kind of quality. It's real unique.
Got a story?
It's blue.
That's it?
That's it. It's blue.
3
It's
gold.
not easy to make a dagger blue, though, you know.
3
I
gold.
can imagine.
And an electrum piece.
Fine. Handing over the money.
Taking it. Thank you very much.
Maybe that'll
Ooh.
be safer for you than your giant scimitar.
What? I was gonna buy this for you, because you're a dagger guy.
You said you were gonna
How
use
long
it
have
to
you
cut
known
meat.
Ankaros?
Looking back at Wesley before looking down at Anarchy. Why don't you take a look around the shop? I'm gonna just talk with Wesley for a bit.
Thanks. I guess
Oh.
I got a dagger now. Cool.
I mean,
More meat cutting.
but I feel like I have questions.
I mean, you could talk to him next.
I will be here for the next 1.5 weeks.
Oh,
That's when my
okay.
permit expires.
Sounds good. I'll look around the shop. So I guess Anarchy's gonna take a look around the shop and see if anything else is. I think you said nothing else is glowing. So.
Nothing out here is glowing now.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna talk.
Steps behind the door.
I think it's gonna talk in a quieter voice. I heard that you might have had some follow-ups for some activities that had been going on.
Activities. Whatever do you mean? And he leans on a counter. Make a perception check.
2.
What kinds of activities? I I know all sorts of things. I consider myself a people person at heart.
Me too. I heard you might know about some people who might be doing some science.
I know lots of scientists, artificers. They're usually more of a gnome variety. They're really interested in the sciences and stuff, you know? In fact, I know a guy who's trying
Some
to
things
develop...
that might follow up from whatever happened in Freeport.
Oh, what happened in Freeport? That was tragic.
Nani?
Any eyes you a little before?
I've known Ankross since I was 12, since you asked. My name's Lythander.
Okay. I guess he wasn't exaggerating with you. Ankross gave you something recently?
Yeah.
Show me.
Pulls out the dagger.
He takes it and starts flipping it around in his hands. Yep, that's it. And he hands it back to you. You are really not the observant type.
Lythander blinks a few times. What are we giving code?
Well, you know, you were supposed to notice something that's marked here and then fix it, and that was going to be how I would know that you were you. There was a whole system set up, and Ankross said not to tell you, but then he also said that you're not very observant, and I might have to validate your identity otherwise.
Sorry.
That's fine. I work with all sorts of individuals. Those your friends?
Yeah.
I think you guys, he's speaking a little more loudly now to get your guys' attention as well, might be more interested in my shop in the back.
Actually, I think I might as well.
I'm glad we're in agreement. These are some quirky friends you've got. Thank you. And he goes into the back, and Lythander, since you are sitting next to him, you actually do see where he taps on the door a couple times before holding the tent flap open to you guys, so you can go into the back where what you thought previously was just kind of a small back extension of the tent, maybe a personal living space, is actually much bigger than the tent looked from the outside.
I'm not sure how much Anarchy thought it was gonna be small after, you know.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
but it's bigger
Do
on
we
the
see
inside.
any magic?
Oh, everything back here is glowing. Everything back here glows.
Yay!
It's actually giving you a bit of a headache.
This is some
Okay, my
intense,
head hurts. Ow, 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 ow.
Science.
For concentration?
Okay, yeah, roll a d10, Anarchy.
All right.
A d20?
Yeah,
Oh,
d20.
it's concentration. Do I no, it's just a flat D20, right?
Just a flat d20.
It's 15.
You've maintained concentration. You can keep your spell going while you're back here, even though you're getting a headache.
Okay, so
These
wow, Weasley.
are the items I am most proud of. The items that I have procured from all sorts of areas. I've got armor, I've got weapons, I've got trinkets, consumables, all sorts of nonsense. Whatever it is that's going to suit your very particular adventuring needs.
Got anything that
Not
deals
a-
with fire?
I have fire stuff.
Actually,
I
you know-
also
Oh.
I also have more cloaks of aquaphobia if you're you know, gonna be dealing with water stuff too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds interesting. We could be friends, Weasley.
It's Wesley.
Wesley, sorry.
No,
Apologies.
it's fine.
Wesley.
Yes.
Wesley,
Thank
you're
you.
the Wesley.
Thank you. Yes, I think that I am. And he straightens his tie a little bit, even though the rest of his outfit's still a little bit disheveled. Half the items back here I make on my own. I also take commissions if you need commissions, though I do like to travel. Yes.
No
I make
way.
these. I am quite
That's so
the
cool.
accomplished magic item maker.
You know, I myself
knew it.
am a pretty good magic item maker. See this staff?
Jim pulls out, is holding his, like, basically that stick he always holds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nice druid focus. Made it myself with some scraps that my bar was built of.
Wait.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you are making all
Come
this
on,
stuff.
it's a cool magic item.
It is cool.
It focuses your energies. Everybody needs a little bit of focus.
I carved this thing. I spent like 6 hours on it.
It's
For me,
beautiful.
and he pulls
Yeah.
out of his pocket a bright blue coin and he flips it around between his fingers and it changes colors as he's flipping it.
Whoa.
I use this
That-
to help me think.
That's pretty neat.
Right?
Neat.
Yeah.
I have my own means of helping me focus myself. And I've focused on this room, and let me just say, this is very impressive.
It's a lifetime of work, and he looks around very proud. Anyway, take your time looking around. Lythander, I think you and I have some business to attend to.
Right.
Oh.
Hey, Anarchy, can your detect magic tell if any of
You don't know
this is
she's
fire
cast
related?
that.
He knows, yeah, she has it.
You know she's cast. It's already on. What are you looking for?
I don't know, something fiery and cool.
Well, what would that be? I can only do schools,
Mhm.
so she can't really tell if it's fire. She can tell you if it's enchantment. Would that be? I don't know. I'm bad at schools of magic too. Yeah. Magic.
Lythander.
I have this holding out the orb of monster holding, procured from a young girl who's the daughter of a necromancer and a strange conglomeration necromanced creature that held possession of a ghost.
Held possession of a ghost. How long? And he takes it to start looking it over.
Until I made the girl drop it.
It's been dropped.
It has, but it doesn't look damaged. Fell on a dirt floor.
He nods, kind of wiping it off with his sleeve a little bit before turning it over some more. As he's turning it over in his hands, it does kind of strike up a bit of a glow. I'll give you 75 gold.
100.
I'm hoping to sell it for 100.
90.
80.
82.
Fine. And he goes into his pockets, pulls out counts out 8 platinum and a couple of gold for you.
Thank you. Sorry, just give me 2
very-
seconds. I gotta.
Yeah, of
This is
course.
just me having to go through and erase certain things off of my
As you
sheet.
sell them, you know.
Yeah, you know.
This is a very interesting orb.
It is?
I heard about that stuff that was going on out in Craven.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Ankaras passed through, and then briefly he stopped in here.
Do you also know what? Ankaras told me this is a potion of heroism, though I don't know what that means.
Oh, potion of heroism. It's easy. You drink it, you get some temporary hit points for a while. You basically operate kind of like you've been blessed by a god, but you don't have to keep any concentration on it. It's really good for battle.
I pickpocketed off the necromancer.
Maybe he was intending to do battle. Odd that a necromancer would keep something about blessings from a god. It might be an undead god.
What do you want for it?
Smart choice. I will give you 150 for it.
Holy bro. I mean, yeah, that is about the cost of that. True. Come to think of it.
180.
150.
175.
155.
Did I mention that I had to like hug onto this necromancer all 4 limbs? It was kind of a crazy.
I've got some forget me potions if you're looking to erase some stuff from your mind there, if you're dealing with some trauma from hugging onto that wizard.
170.
160.
I'll take it.
Okay.
16 more. What's 16 plus 8?
24.
24.
That everything?
Yeah, now we can get on to business.
So, I heard through some connections of mine a while ago that there was a group of wizards that was passing through the region there like 3 months ago. I wasn't here when it happened, but I tend to keep my feelers out around. Anyway, the group of wizards, when they passed through Bedford, they were on their way back from Dracot. Dracot's about a day north of Freeport.
Do you know how long they're gonna stay?
This was 3 months ago.
3 months. Okay.
Funny thing though, There were 5 of them when they passed through here. But when they were on their way out to Dracot, they had to pass through Brick because they were coming from further north. And when they stayed in Brick, there were 6 wizards.
6 wizards?
There were 6 in Brick. They went to Dracot. They left Dracot to come through here, and there were only 5 of them when they came through Bedford.
So they both picked up one in Brick and dropped one off in Brick?
No, like a wizard stayed behind in Dracot.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, were there 6 from...
There were 6 when they passed through Brick on their way to Dracot.
So... oh wait.
We good?
No! That's not... So on the way here...
You seem like the kind of person that Angela would work with.
Yeah, that's why it takes a big percentage of my money. At this point, I just don't have the heart to say I'm smarter now.
You part of any guilds yet?
No, not really looking for a guild right now.
Sure. Venturers Guild could always use some help.
Venturers Guild?
Mhm.
What's that? Like...
The Venturers Guild is an interesting group of individuals. I do a lot of good work with them. They're always in need of magic items.
But wait,
so.
do you know where they are heading?
Well, they passed through Freeport like 3 months, or sorry, not Freeport. They passed through Bedford like 3 months ago now. They were heading back inland towards the capital last I checked.
None of them split off or anything?
I could do some digging around, find out if they split off. Listen. 7
need to
weeks
sit
ago.
Down. You can keep talking. Just, do you have a chair?
Yeah, he waves a hand and a chair walks forward from the wall behind you.
He sits down. Thanks.
And he takes his walking stick, sets it on the ground, and then kind of the top of it folds out flat, and he takes a seat on it, on this one-legged chair that he seems to have. Look, about 7 weeks ago, Dracot went silent. Don't know what happened. There's been merchants that have routes that go to Dracot that haven't returned. I was expecting to make contact with a friend of mine, Jorgensen, who lives in Dracot. He completely missed the contact about 2 weeks ago. And now I'm here in Bedford, and I'm looking to get someone to go out there to check it out. It's worth 50 gold and a magic item.
50 gold each. I've got friends. Okay.
Of course, it has to be a team. I assume something's going on out there.
Right.
But more to
In
the point.
Dracot? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Dracot. Draycott.
Okay.
Anyway, Ankara said that this sounded like the kind of mission that you would potentially want to be taking up.
And you said those wizards passed through Dracot.
Yes, they were coming from further north. I know that their destination was Dracot before they were turning around to head back towards the capital.
Did Dracot go silent before or after the wizards?
After. It's about 7 weeks ago. And that's where we'll call it for tonight. Everyone say goodnight.
Say goodnight.
Night.
Night, everyone.
Make sure to subscribe to all of us, especially me, because
And
I want to win our subscriber race. First to get 1,000 gets a Canadian dollar.
I'm gonna get the Canadian dollar.
Hell no.
And
Listen to
also
my
remember,
funky
it's pronounced
music and-
Weasley, not Wesley.
No,
Yes.
it's
Oh,
Wesley.
but if you pronounce it
Wesley,
Wesley, then make sure to play that song from Wander Over Yonder. Wesley, oh, the best.
See, now you know what I'm making a reference to.
Wesley is the bestly.
He's the bestly.
He is Wesley. Always reference Craig McCracken cartoons. Always.
He dressed
Bye.
the
Bye.
best Dressley.
Bye.
Bye.